You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
2-1. Hold. Down the line and left by Gravelin, and this bangs off the wall. West Virginia strikes first in this elimination game. 2 on, 2 out. 3-2. In the air. Left center field for Kelly. Back onto the warning track. And that ball's gone. 3-run shot, Gavin Kelly. And the signature moment. 0-2. Ryan strikes out. One swing here to give him the lead, and that is the one swing off the bat of Trey Phelps, who looks up, he hits the second. The throw is not there, and he is safe. And there's some of that Phelps edge. Oh, we got one hit, and it is high at third base by Mr. Phelps. This one is up, and it is shallow left field. Rodriguez is out there. They into each other. Here comes the run from third. Please! Safe is the call. Safe is the call.
Good morning. Welcome in Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Mail Medical. That's Austin. I'm Ravi here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. What's up, Austin?
Did you take mid-bite right before you came on?
I did. Yeah, I mistimed it.
Really bad timing.
Yeah,
really bad timing.
Not ideal.
That's
not
okay.
Great. You know, at least I'm not choking on it, so that's good.
You're not. You're still chewing it through. So
Yeah.
now I'm just going to make you force to. Yeah, go for it.
I got a little nervous, by the way.
All right, there we go. Yeah, no, I thought there might have been another highlight left in there. And, you know, I thought maybe we might get some, I don't
Shane,
know,
we should get you like a countdown timer somewhere in here.
the Messi hat trick or something. I thought we might get a little
Ooh,
World Cup
yeah.
highlights.
Yeah,
Or,
shockingly quiet in our work group chat for a lot of World Cup people with no Messi talk. So I fear that our team is getting a little bit winded from the week that is.
I do think the fatigue's setting in. I'm not going to lie to you.
I felt it yesterday. It hit me. It hit me about 7, and I officially was like, "Oh no, I've got today,
Yeah.
and then we've got 7-on-7 Thursday and Friday too."
Yeah.
Are you going out there for anything?
I am. Yeah, I'm planning on it. So there's a couple variables here. Obviously, depends on what happens with the games today.
Yeah.
I think you'll be at 7-on-7 regardless.
Yes.
But if West Virginia and or Georgia win today, see, this is where I'm torn. Because if West Virginia and or Georgia win today, then we've got games tomorrow.
Yes.
If they don't, then we have Thursday and Friday both off. I want to go to 7-on-7,
Mm-hmm.
but I also want West Virginia to still be here.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm right there.
You know
with
what I mean? So it's
at
like
least one more day.
yeah,
at
it's
least
like,
another day.
Give me one more country roads.
Yep.
You know, like give me like there's yeah. So I've got a conflict there between like the practical scheduling of it all, and it's not even that I want the day off because instead of being at the College World Series, I'm just going to 7-on-7.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a conflict for me. I'm not going to lie to you. I think I'm, you know, don't hate on me, West Virginia fans. I think I'm leaning towards wanting to be at 7-on-7.
Wow. Always support local. You know, support local first.
It's not just a Miller North thing. But that's a factor. You know, I want to see the boys play, and then I want to see West Side.
Yeah.
You know, obviously I want to see Millard South as
You
well.
could go see West Side anytime. You know a guy.
I know, but it's different when they're going against other people, and it's, you know, I get that it's as Verz always called it, basketball on grass. You know, he would affectionately or actually disaffectionately call it.
What do they have all the linemen doing right now during 7-on-7? Do they come and watch and heckle everyone else, or
a lot of teams have their linemen come and watch. They're like supportive. I think they do like big man camps and stuff like that during this time as well. But
should do 5-on-5 camps? That rock.
Just all linemen all the time.
Yeah.
How'd you keep score there?
Pancakes. You could just put like a running back there and be like, hey, this is like the play we're running, right? Yeah. And it's like if they can get through, I suppose.
Can I give you a wild card scenario?
Sure.
What if it's just giant tug of war tournaments between offensive and defensive lines?
But then what do we learn? What do we learn about football there?
You don't learn anything about football, but it'd be fun to watch.
So 7-on-7, we don't learn anything about football?
I think there's some things you can learn, but it's not a direct translation.
No.
You know, I think there's I thought it was a really good answer. I can't remember who we were talking to. Was it Sam on Monday when we were talking about the tight end position?
Oh, yeah.
And, I don't remember if he brought it up or if somebody in the chat or you did. The prevalence of 7-on-7, I do think has a huge factor in why guys turn into tight ends as opposed to other positions.
Yeah, right.
Guys of that
you
kind
need
of,
another guy to catch the ball. So
and guys of that, so if you have a guy of that size and athletic profile, then it's like, well, that's the thing they can continue to work on with football during the summer, whereas defensive end's a little bit more abstract to do without contact, right?
Right.
And so I do think that's a big factor there. I think guys want to play and they want to be, like the 7-on-7 thing, I think is pretty cool for a lot of kids, especially if you're good at it at a high level. If you get to go to like Battle of the Boneyard and stuff like that, like that's a fun thing if you're a kid. And so
I also don't think it's a direct translation as much as some people. And I don't think
from 7-on-7.
Yeah, I don't think that people who, how do I say this, like are invested into the sport, I think that they understand like 7-on-7 has this sort of benefits. It has this sort of stuff that is good for you. But I think for like general audiences, they might overblow how important like a 7-on-7 championship or how good your 7-on-7 is. Because Damon's talked about it before that Westside can't do specific things in their 7-on-7 defensively because of what they would do in a game.
And what you're allowed to do.
Exactly. Because it's like, we're going to bring pressure from like a guy most of the time. We're never actually going to drop this many guys in coverage. Like we're not actually going to be doing it that way. So yeah.
Also, they're one of their, if not their best player is Tate Jenkins. And like the running game isn't like you can do little dump offs and stuff and but like you
do a screen.
You don't have a real running game in 7-on-7, right? So that's a huge factor here. If you're which is always interesting when Millard North would be here in years past with their previous offense. Like that was always sort of an interesting combination there. But no, I think there's things you can take away. I think about it the way I thought about. I don't know if you were ever here, probably not, when they would do summer league basketball and like the Creighton guys would play, the Omaha guys would play. Some of the former Nebraska guys, you'd get basically all the guys playing in Europe would come back.
Oh, I've heard of this. Yeah.
So it was a ton of fun. I loved watching it. The high level guys don't really play there anymore. It kind of ended with, like around COVID, I think. I don't know if it was directly COVID related or if it was NIL related, which was about the same time. But it's summer league basketball, right? So it is like giant grains of salt.
Yep.
But there's things you could take away from it, right? Like I knew Kyrie Thomas was going to be good before a lot of people did because I was like, oh, his offensive skill set's way better than we give it credit for. Like he can go and get a bucket. Like that guy's not just a defensive stopper. He's going to be really good. And he was like, and maybe more importantly, you can tell guys that can't play dead. Like there was, no offense. I'm sure he was a lovely human being, but there was a transfer they brought in named Manny Suarez for Creighton. And people are like, oh, he can kind of shoot the three as a big. I watched about 14 minutes of him playing summer league ball, and I was like, he's not going to play. And that's not it.
Yeah.
And
unlike Fedor Zugic, who you saw 2 minutes of play, and you were like, this could be an NBA All-Star.
I don't know about NBA All-Star. I thought he could be like a really significant Big East player, and I think he had the skill set for that. I still don't know what went wrong. I will say when I miss
Fedor go?
When I miss on NBA eval or on like basketball evals, if a guy sucks or can't play, like I know that right away, and my miss rate on that's very low. If I see something that I think can be good, miss rate's way higher on that because there's a lot of other factors on whether or not a guy can reach that potential or not. But in terms of like if a guy isn't any good, like that's I'm not going to miss on that very often. Hardly at all.
Good eval.
The closest one I was to missing on was Jordan Poole because he had like a moment, and I was like, no, that guy still sucks. And he does.
Like, hold on, everyone, just wait a minute.
Yeah, I was like,
hold on just a minute. He'll show you.
Give me a second. I was like, I'm pretty sure he still sucks, and he does.
Those Warriors. That's the most basketball that like I usually watch, especially on the NBA level, is when the Warriors, get their runabout. And man, past like couple of years were a little tough at times because it felt like every time I had like an open night, I was like, oh, I can watch the Warriors tonight. Then it's like, oh, Steph's out. Okay. Well,
no, it's the worst. It made me so mad.
I don't really have a reason to be tuned in now. And they were like, well, when will Kuminga get traded? But like, why are we talking about this in the broadcast? Like, he's not going to play today either. So whatever.
Headley, the rubber chicken is down at the tent. I
haven't seen it down at the tent.
Sasha took it down there. I think it's hidden.
We've had many things get hidden at the tent. I am
happened?
doing mystery machine, like Blue's Clues style, trying to find where my phone cards are because I've lost 2 of them.
Oh, you're losing charging cords?
Yeah. So that's the most frustrating part about it is that I have brought 2 different chargers with like the little power bank thing. Someone is taking the cords and either moved them or just taken them. And I have
without the power bank?
sent it to every chat this conglomeration possibly has, and no one has given the cord back.
You know what?
Both of them.
You know what it is?
What?
It's got to be the Hurrdat 1 people.
100%. I did point the finger at them, to be fair, because they're the newest.
Also,
I was like, I don't know if you know how it works around here, but
also they're not in your chats.
Oh, I went to those chats.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I told you I went to every single chat I could possibly find. I pointed the finger right at Dan Hoppin and I said, Dan,
give me my cord.
I know you took my cord. And then he was like, I didn't. Damn it.
You're like, shoot. He's probably right.
I know. I also so I found out I was scrolling late one night last week.
Yeah.
Have you ever LinkedIn scrolled?
Oh, yeah.
It's like the lamest form of doom scrolling
It's
ever.
the worst.
Because you're like, I wonder where this person worked in 2009, right?
It's also like everybody's trying to be like an inspirational, like business leader influencer.
That reminds me, I'm going to pull up mine right now just because I know I wrote it when I was like in college.
And so you have all these like, everybody tries to like tell a story about somebody successful. And it's this super long post. And half the time they're made up. Like, half the time, they're not accurate.
This is what the New York Knicks championship celebration taught me about market to market.
Yes, it's always something about like some really obscure analogy, or it's like, did you know he was trying to fix this problem, but ended up fixing this problem instead, and he changed the world? And it's like, that's not really what happened.
My about is 4 paragraphs. I got to edit that down.
Yeah, you got to clean that up.
It's too many.
Or they'll show like a clip from a show totally out of context and not
no one's ever done that before.
And not understand like a television show and not understand the point of the clip. And they'll be like, this is because of this. Like there was did you ever watch Suits?
Yeah, no, Suits is great for Facebook Reels.
So
I'm always flipping through Suits Reels.
Yeah,
I know that whole show, and I've never seen an episode.
So I like the show. I watched the whole show.
Yeah,
and there's an episode where Harvey, the main guy, hires a new secretary, and it's this. There's
horrible decision.
There's this whole office full of people to interview.
Yeah,
a lot of them are like very young, fairly attractive women, and then there's a older woman that's done this for a very long time and whatever. And he hires the older woman. They're like, experience over flashy, whatever. It's like, no, he hired the older woman because he was in love with his last secretary and he didn't want to fall in love with this one. Like that was the whole.
That's the whole point. Yeah,
that has nothing to do with like just pay attention to the show, man. Like, don't use a clip. You have no idea what it's about.
They should start doing that with like what's like a do it with like the Ozarks and be like, this is what it means to like meet your company head on. Like meet
creative business solutions.
Meet your clients where they need you. Meet your clients' needs. All right.
Like in an alley.
I might start doing that from this show.
You should. Just be like creative business solutions taught to you by the Sopranos.
I think that'd work.
I think you should. Yeah, I almost want to just start trolling people.
I've never watched The Sopranos, but for whatever reason, like 5-minute clips are appearing on my Twitter when I scroll.
Mine are coming up on TikTok now. I think somebody's just like pumping out all the Sopranos content.
I've never seen it, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of need to.
It's a great show.
The problem is they get you with those like 2 to 5 minute clips.
Yeah,
and then all you do is you watch this show in anticipation for what you've seen one time. And it's in like the 6th season of like the 8th episode. And every episode's an hour long. You're like, I'm not going to watch all this. I'm not doing all that.
I'm also like watching this and I'm like, do these people actually talk like the actors? I'm like, do the actors actually talk like this?
What do you mean? Like in real life?
Like the heavy like accents.
I mean, throughout the show, they do. Yes.
No, but I mean in real life.
Like, when they're not acting.
Some of them do, some of them don't. Like,
because I'm like,
this is but actors,
they pretend.
Sometimes they're not.
Yes, I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's just, I don't know. It's
like
just,
Daniel Day-Lewis was not the 16th president of the United States.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm almost positive.
Whoa,
he did not.
I thought he was a vampire.
Vampire hunter.
True.
I think that's a different Abraham Lincoln movie.
Oh, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
Yeah, that's not Daniel
remember that
Day-Lewis. He's just
Was that one good?
he's
No, God, no.
just, he's just in Lincoln. He's
No.
not the.
Yeah, no.
There were two different Abraham Lincoln movies. Daniel,
There's only one Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, it's the Vampire
he
Hunter.
wasn't in the vampire one.
What do you mean?
The other one was fake. The Vampire Hunter one was real.
We need more Abraham Lincoln lore stories. Did
Yeah,
we
based on a,
after Daniel Day-Lewis? We said no more.
I think so.
I mean, this is one of my hottest.
I mean, he
takes.
was like,
Could you have technically said based on true events in the Abraham Lincoln Vampire movie if you would have just like had some of his actual presidency in there?
oh yeah, could have.
I think you could have.
Yeah.
Inspired by.
And then
Yeah.
Inspired
But
by,
to be
'cause that's-
fair-
that gives you more leeway.
to be fair,
Sure.
and I know like the Lincoln lovers are going to come after me,
To
but
be fair,
like,
yeah.
if you're a vampire hunter and president, it's kind of a weak move to get taken out at a movie theater. Like,
Unless it was a vampire.
I don't think vampires shoot people.
Was John? Well, you never
To
know.
make it look like it wasn't.
Anyone in Blade? Did they?
No, but it was to make it look like he wasn't a they weren't like vampires weren't around.
I'm gonna look up two
You
vampires.
can't kill the president by biting him.
None of the vampires shot anyone in Sinners.
Hmm.
Spoiler.
Maybe he retired from being the hunter by that time.
Maybe I should go rewatch that movie.
Yeah,
I don't
may-
think he dies in that movie.
Maybe it was somebody who loved vampires but wasn't a vampire and was upset that he killed them all.
Nah, he was a vampire sympathizer.
Vampires can shoot people.
I mean, I
Vampire apologist.
think they're physically capable of it. Yeah, I just don't think it's their go-to method.
Wasn't Triple H in Blade? Or am I imagining him in a different movie as a vampire?
I have no idea.
Oh, I'm gonna look it up. Who are the bad guys in Blade?
Hot Danger. Hot Danger says Lincoln Lovers is a great fan club name, though.
He was in Blade. Yeah, Triple H was in Blade. Look at that.
Look at that. Good for you.
But he was
Rico.
in Blade Trinity, the worst one. So does it really?
Damn it.
That doesn't count.
The
Is that
Blade.
is that the one Ryan Gosling's in?
Yeah, yeah. As soon as you add Ryan Gosling to something, we were in this weird fever pitch with Ryan Gosling for a long time, where everyone was like, "Oh, Ryan Gosling's kind of the guy." But now, when you add Ryan Gosling to things, I'm not sure that it's a good thing.
I think you just have to, like, he just has to be Deadpool forever, and that's
Mhm.
it. I think that's the only.
That's Ryan Reynolds. We're talking Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, that's the wrong Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan
I
Reynolds.
take back what I said about Ryan Gosling and apply it to Ryan Reynolds.
That's what we meant.
Let me.
We said the wrong name. But we were talking
Project Hail Mary, good film.
about this fantastic. movie.
Starfighter next year, probably going
I
to
was
be.
gonna say I thought Ryan Gosling movies were good, but I was like
They
maybe
are.
I'm wrong.
No, I was thinking Reynolds.
Yes,
You're right.
Ryan Reynolds. Yep. Green Lantern, bad.
Yeah.
Deadpool was funny the first time you watch it. Now you watch it, you're like, okay,
No, you can't rewatch them.
no.
No,
No.
you can't rewatch.
It's a
'em.
one-off.
The joke. I think their additional ones are funny the first time
Yeah.
as well, but it's a one-time watch.
I'd hate to say that like not all movies are like one-off movies. Like every time you watch a movie for the first time, that's the point. Like, right, you're supposed to be surprised from everything that happens. But there are some movies that you go back to. I do not go back to the Deadpool movies because I'm not getting anything more out of them.
That's how I felt about like the Hangover movies. Like
Ooh,
the first one was funny the first time, and then you can't rewatch that movie. Like half of the humor is you have no idea what's happening next.
yeah.
It's like the shock value of it, and then once you know what's going to happen, once you know that Mike Tyson has a tiger, like it's like, well, the joke's kind of gone there, you know.
But it's still funny when he plays the air drums and
I
punches
don't
him
know
in the
about, like,
face.
ha ha funny.
yeah, Kobe, I'm right there with you. So Kobe, from my understanding, Kobe and I are like the same age. Where
Yeah.
he said his college roommate loved Deadpool.
He's a couple years younger. Than
Yeah,
him.
yeah, but still, it's one of those things that like that was playing non-stop in like my college years.
That's too much.
It
Yeah,
was too much.
yeah, we're doing too much with Deadpool there. That's not that good of a movie.
Yeah.
It was funny the first, like
Right.
it
Yeah. No,
was-
it's fine. And like I was excited. The second one came out. And I watched the second one in the theater. And then when the third one came out, I just moved to Omaha when the third one came out, and I was like, I can't wait to see Omaha theaters. And I went to one, and I was like, oh man.
depends on which one you go to. There's
Yeah.
a
I was like,
variance.
this theater is warm.
There
It's
is
very warm in here.
There is a high
Theater
variance.
has been used.
There are some movie theaters here in Omaha that I would stand 10 toes down and defend it with all my honor. And then there's others that I'm like, you know what? Maybe we do have too many movie theaters in
If we
Omaha.
lost this one,
There's
in Omaha,
only
Yeah,
sad.
exactly.
there's only one that I will stand 10 toes down, and that's just because it was the movie theater that I always went to.
Mm.
And
Twin
that is Twin Creek.
Yeah, I
Mm.
knew. That's absolutely not one that you should stand 10 toes down on.
Didn't that one close? Is that one closed?
No, it's still it got revamped when I was in high school.
I'll say, when were you in high school? What years?
I graduated in 2012.
Damn.
I don't know if it's been revamped since then.
I think I've been there since 2012.
I have not been back since then.
I don't think it's.
What were you doing in 2012?
I was starting out on my failed marriage.
Nice.
Got married in 2012 the first time.
Starting a failure.
Yeah, got out of that one.
There's not really a lot of things in life that you can say that for. That's right. You can look back on it and be like, wow, that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah. Well,
Literally. Shouldn't have done that.
I like to think of it more as the end of the beginning.
Whoa. Like the
there's
Chicago song.
Yeah. So there's like this part of my life where like wasn't great, and it was the end of that part of my life. And then after the divorce, things have been terrific.
And since then, you turned your life around and you became a local sports talk radio host.
I know people think I dream too small, but I'm
who
thrilled.
Pickleballs and tennises on the weekdays.
Very little pickleball these days, honestly.
I'm disappointed.
You know,
Ravi's living his dream. Would little Ravi be proud of you?
I would be thrilled.
Oh, content idea. What if for our week off, we do a live stream of the fellas doing a pickleball tournament, 7 to 10, one of the days.
Rico,
I've never played.
Drive up here to do it.
I've never played pickleball.
You're a natural athlete, right? You'll be fine.
That is true.
No, Rico would inevitably blow out a knee or something like that.
No serious injuries, just small ones that linger.
No, he would definitely like dive for a ball and just destroy both forearms.
Like
You need Tommy John?
There'd be no skin left on any of his arms.
I'd probably sprain my wrist. I need a brace.
You would.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Very
we
sad.
are doing the corporate games.
Yeah, when are those?
They're
I
kinda
should have signed up. No, I shouldn't have signed up. I'm glad I didn't sign up.
They're spread out throughout the summer and fall. I am playing pickleball. As a team, we're playing beach volleyball. I'm doing trivia as well. I don't know. I think we're doing all the events.
Yeah, you're doing everything.
I think we're doing all of them. Kenny, it says his freshman year was 1984. Yeah, I wasn't around for that.
Bro.
I wasn't around for that.
What's up, Kevin? Hey, all right. Unk, let's
Like,
relax.
I'm sorry.
I was saying, have you seen that Kevin Hart? Is that the
That's
thing?
exactly what I was.
Yeah.
I'm
Is
sorry.
Kevin Hart's interviewing Don Cheadle in like a hot tub for some reason,
I didn't.
or cold tubs. I don't know what they're doing, but
Yeah.
they're both like shirtless and like a thing for for God knows why.
It's Kevin Hart's thing.
Yeah,
I think you guys are telling the wrong part of the story.
I get
You're
it,
just,
and
you're
it's
just adding this in for no reason.
and it's weird. Well, if somebody looks it up, they'll be like, "Why are these dudes just like shirtless next to each other in tubs of water?" It's a weird bit that Kevin Hart does. But he's talking to Don Cheadle and he goes, "How old are you?" And he's like, 58. And he goes, "Damn, sorry."
So my cousins do that to me every year at Christmas. They're always like, "How old are you now?" And then I tell them, and then they hit me with that. It's brutal.
Damn,
I hate it. I hate it.
That's painful.
it's all right. I'm far older than all of you except for Shane, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
Shane, what were you doing in 2012?
This
Nice.
Hey, you should ask Kyle what he was doing in 2016.
Oh my God. That's actually the greatest College World Series story we have from a year ago. So Kyle, our coworker,
yes,
war vet,
yes,
lead videographer, great talent on Hurrdat Sports. Last year we were talking about some song came on or whatever at our.
No, it was Coastal Carolina.
Oh yeah, it was Coastal Carolina. It was like the last time that they had been and won the College World Series was 2016, right?
Mhm.
And we were all like, "Man, what were we doing in 2016?" And I was trying to make Sasha feel old, so I was like, "Well, I just started I just graduated high school, whatever." Yeah. And then like we all went around the circle, and then Kyle goes, "Oh, I was like in Iraq." Oh, or Afghanistan, one of the two.
I think it was Iraq. He just goes, "I was in Iraq," and we were like, "Oh."
And then he like moved on. He was like, "So do we have like candy today?" Or like
nobody was like on vacation or that's a weird tourist destination.
Yeah. What do you mean, Kyle?
Like they have cheap cruises in Iraq or no tours, not cruises. Different thing.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Can't be doing tours.
he was. That's what
He was on.
He was doing a tour.
He was doing a tour. Yeah.
He was touring.
Yeah, in the most militaristic sense of the word.
100%.
We thank you for your service, Kyle.
Thank you for your service, Kyle. Appreciate that.
We do appreciate it.
Did you watch baseball last night?
I did. Yeah, I was kind of enamored. Well, thank God Texas goes home. Get out of here.
Yeah, I got tired of them after a while.
I got tired of them immediately.
Well, what was very funny is that like I said nice things about their fan base yesterday, and then Mitch was like, "Oh, the cavalry might be coming," all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, when I was seeing them in person again, I was like, "I just don't want you here anymore."
They went full Dean Blandino mode on you.
Yeah, it's time for you guys to move on.
Yeah, it's like you guys can get
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was happy that Georgia beat them. I had no interest in Texas being here any longer. I haven't had any issues with Georgia fans yet. I don't think they're particularly.
They're in good force, though. There's a lot of Georgia fans.
Yeah, I don't think they're particularly memorable. Like, I haven't had any interactions with them that I'm like,
I do like saying "Go Dogs" and barking at people, though. That's very fun.
Do love saying "Go Dogs."
Go
I
Dogs.
haven't barked at it. I haven't balked at anybody yet either.
I haven't balked.
I haven't balked at anybody. I haven't barked at anyone yet. What's that?
Take your base.
Yeah. I haven't barked at anybody yet, but I do love just walking around and be like, "Go Dogs,
Go Dogs."
mostly because I like dogs.
Yeah. I should have brought Ava down.
Oh, that'd have been great. There's been a handful of dogs, not as many as I would hope,
Mhm.
but there's been a handful of dogs at the College World Series, and it makes my day every
We
time.
do need more dogs.
You missed a little baby golden retriever yesterday.
God damn.
Me?
No, you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
The one that Ravi missed it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ravi missed it.
That bums me out.
Well, maybe you show up earlier.
What time was it?
No, it was later. You left.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
He was a little cutie boy.
Bro.
I love dogs.
Come on, man.
It's my favorite. Just the best.
Should we hit Zesto today?
Yeah, I think today. What time are you guys gonna be down there today? Right
Same
after
as
this?
always, yeah.
I'm leaving earlier.
Yeah.
To get down there. For
Yeah, he's got to do. You're doing North Carolina team send off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, let's go.
North Carolina.
Gross baby blue.
Tar.
Heel.
Yeah. So I don't like their chance. I don't mind them as a fan base.
Yeah.
Stupid chance.
Yeah. So when I first started asking people to do like their chants, rally cries, and stuff, not enough Georgia fans knew how to call the dogs, which was very weird. Like I was like, I know how to call the dogs. Why don't you know what you're talking about? And then the Tar Heels one, when they told you that the only thing that you can do is shout tar and someone yells heels at you, it's fine, I guess. And then West Virginia's let's go, and then other people shout Mountaineers, which I guess is as close to Go Big Red as you can get it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of lackluster.
Also, Mountaineers is kind of like a wordy thing to be like. Go Big Red is like a very easy, like chant and call. Like let's go. Like Mountaineers gets a little stuck in your mouth a little bit. I don't think that's a great call there.
And no one was singing Country Roads yesterday.
So here's the
in
thing.
the stadium they were, but I was posted outside. I was like phone ready. I was going around. Nobody exited singing Country Roads.
I'm gonna be honest. I appreciate the West Virginia fans. I think they've been the best fan base here so
are you
far.
over John Denver?
No, not at all.
Good.
I need more John Denver. I've not heard enough Country Roads here.
Okay.
I've basically been walking around all week with Country Roads in my head, waiting to join someone singing Country Roads,
but never out in the ether.
And I haven't had that opportunity. Like I just need West Virginia fans to be out all the time, just singing some portion of Country Roads.
I feel like if you start it, they will continue enjoying you.
I just like every time I'm just walking around downtown under like almost heaven, West Virginia, and like nobody
Why are you doing the
I was doing
the
I was
head
doing,
cobra?
Yeah, are you like
You wonder.
bobbing and weaving?
like I was like trying to. Well, I'm walking. That was me pretending to walk around, do stuff like I do at the tent, like.
West
You
Virginia.
don't do stuff around the tent.
I said pretending to walk around doing stuff like I do at the tent.
Yeah, I'm sitting there editing videos, putting them up and stuff, and then Ravi's just like, so I think next week on the show, here's what I think we should do.
I'm there for morale,
I'm out here giving things away, having people spin the wheel.
So when you left to do the third strike call, I did a bunch of wheel spinning. I gave away a bunch of the fans from our friends over at Edwards.
And you made people follow you personally.
I did, yeah. I was
Did
like,
you really?
No, I didn't. I have made people.
Because if you would have done that, I would do that today.
I haven't.
I need somebody else to do it so I can get validation.
You're trying to get permission here?
Yes.
I haven't asked anybody to follow me personally. I have had. I did have a couple people ask to follow me personally, in which case I gave the handle. But I have made people subscribe to the podcast for the show.
I am sitting at 1,998 followers.
I'm unfollowing you.
Yeah, I'm gonna unfollow you immediately. As soon as
I knew it.
That's such an easy pull. You should have never said that.
As soon as you get,
I knew it.
As soon as you get to 1,200, I'm unfollowing.
Just be funnier on Twitter, man.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah,
Maybe if you vote for more of those podcast links that come in, you could.
You know what? Maybe I should.
yeah, you're a
Maybe I
bad
should.
friend. That's why nobody follows
I
you.
am. I don't vote for anybody's podcast.
You need to help out with their crypto either.
I also don't invest in crypto, so that's probably part of the reason.
Do you watch?
know the only reason I'm sad that Alabama is gone is because any time an Alabama fan would walk by, I would just go Roll Tide, and they would
kind of the Go Dogs thing for me.
Yeah.
Go Dogs.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
I did a couple of hottie toddies to the Ole Miss people, and they would
Those people suck. Ole Miss sucks,
like
man.
quite literally they
worst.
have plummeted in my like ratings of other schools. Like, and I don't know where they were to start. I'm not going to pretend. Like they were definitely below like Wyoming, just because go Pokes. But
I know
God,
like
they're
Lane
bad.
Kiffin has had a tough run publicity wise here for a
no,
while.
he was 100% correct in
But,
leaving that
like,
place.
I'm like, I'm starting to come around to Lane's side
Yep.
of things. Like
Mhm.
Oxford seems like a tough hang.
Yeah, 100% agree.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I ever would have said this before. I'm taking Starkville over Oxford
Oh,
all day.
Starkville might be my people.
Starkville is definitely
That's what
your
I'm saying.
people. Yeah. Like that is Trailer Park or Austin. Like that vibe.
Wow.
I'm not saying it's all trailer parks in Starkville, but that vibe, like that era of your life would love Starkville.
I'm pretty sure there's only like 3 hotels in Starkville. So it
Stark
might
Vegas,
just be like,
Stark Vegas, baby.
I love that. They better be back.
I've been invited to Starkville by random people I don't know
Should go.
often. Like anytime they're up here, they're like, you should come down to Starkville anytime you want.
We should go to Starkville.
I'm not going to Starkville.
You and Damon on a bye week should go do a live show from Starkville.
I'm not going to Starkville.
The West Side bye week?
Oh, damn it. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
TK, I get that
Are you guys going?
Lane might not be a good person, but
That's
he was
cool.
dead on about Oxford. Dead on. Like he's making some really good points. That place sucks. And I think the people from it suck also.
It's more like hottie toddy garbage.
Yeah.
Good one.
Not also Hottie Toddy's a dumb chant.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
Doesn't mean
I even
anything.
asked. I asked multiple people. I was
They
like, what
don't
does hottie toddy mean? They'd be like, oh, whoa, okay. All right, Ole Miss.
They sound like the guy from Waterboy.
Confederates used to yell.
I have one video that I'm waiting on for the college football season when if they lose like in a dramatic way. I have one video of like, do you guys because I just started getting mad at the Ole Miss people. And I was like, do you guys go by Ole Miss because you can't spell Mississippi? And the guy just goes, oh, and I was like, all right, dude.
Can't even say Mississippi. How do we pronounce it? It's Ole Miss.
You know, when I get to a certain part of the week at College World Series, when I just start being really mean to the people, the fans that I'm trying to talk to.
You say it with a smile, and they're just like, he's funny. It's like, it's
look at this guy.
You're
it's
like,
part of the joke, and you're just like, I hate you.
you're like, I hope these people have had enough to drink that they don't understand I'm making fun of them.
Yep. I've got 2 good bits I'm going to try to do today. So hopefully we can get those out. 2 good bits.
Have you put the video out yet of the kid saying the SEC is better?
Yeah, that one went up. Yeah.
That's my favorite one.
The one where I tasked Ravi. I was like, Ravi, I need you to Google all of the national championships the Big Ten has won this past year. And he started telling me all of them. And I was like, I don't have room for all of these.
Yeah, there was
Like,
too many to actually fit on the
It
screen.
was actually quite a flex too. Someone commented on that video, I think on like Instagram. They were like, "Where's Nebraska's?" And I was like, "Bro, this ain't about Nebraska." He said the SEC is better than the Big Ten.
Yeah.
The SEC hasn't won anything.
Everybody tries to make it about Nebraska. It's like Oklahoma hasn't won anything in the SEC either. Get
Yeah.
out of here.
You know what
What do
you do when they do that? Just be like, just bring up the 2 national champions of track. There you go.
We haven't talked any track, Rico.
Or
We're
national
not.
champions.
Where have you been?
We had national champions in wrestling too.
Bang.
Yep. Boom
Bang,
roasted. Take that, SEC.
Yeah.
Stupid SEC.
None of your teams could beat Penn State either. Shut up.
That's right.
Well, when you put it that way, I don't like.
I'm willing
None
to
of your
talk.
teams could beat the Big Ten. Is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
I just want our bowling to get better. We need bowling to get back to national championships.
We
they got like 3rd this year.
which is a horrible disaster
Listen,
for them.
the standard is the standard.
It is. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
A third
Yeah.
for bowling is like their worst season in 20 years.
Yeah.
I will say this though. I feel really good. Like I know that everyone a month ago was talking about like, oh, no offseason national championships and all that other stuff. But this is like one of the most winningest off seasons in terms of like, especially just in recruitment that Nebraska football has had.
We talking
that like
recruiting?
nobody is celebrating. It's crazy. Like there's the general buzz of like, hey, yeah, look at this. But their defensive backs, I mean,
Jalen
my
Hill
God.
just committed yesterday.
That's Williams, man.
What's that?
Addy knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, it also just
Is he doing like
really
voodoo or something? Is he like,
it also just
you will commit to Nebraska?
really flew under the radar that
All
like
right.
Danny Odom was a 5-star last year, and everybody was just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he was a
Wasn't he the best corner in the class? Or
Well,
like,
don't forget that started because Nebraska had someone decommit who was a 4-star, and everyone was like, that was a really good pull. And then Danny committed like the next day or the next week or something like that. Everyone was like, oh, well, I guess we'll just have a 5-star corner. No
Danny
big deal.
Odom was number 2 at his position. He was number 19 overall in the class.
Yeah.
And like you can count, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the recruiting era, I think you can count on one hand the number of 5-stars Nebraska's ever gotten. If not, it's definitely on 2. And like half of them are in the last 2 years, basically. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Well, not only that, but we didn't even hit like Caleb Green flipping, like obviously over the weekend and all that other stuff.
Justin
too.
Lindsay, the wide receiver, committing as well. And we'll talk to Brian Christopherson about that at 8 o'clock.
I think the only thing that you could kind of look at that hasn't went Nebraska's way is they're still not out on Ahmad Hudson, from what it sounds like. And I'm just going to keep piggybacking off of Damon saying it publicly, just being like, I don't think that's over.
I mean, if Damon publicly puts a flip out there, like he has good reason to believe it.
We should start Damon Benning crystal balls. We should.
I'm just saying, remember
effect for it the next time he does something like that.
Should I make like a graphic and put Damon's face on Brian Windhorse with the fingers?
Put it inside of a crystal ball.
Something's going on with Ahmad Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree.
I would say Tim Verghese said that he wouldn't be surprised if things got a little spicy.
Yeah. I think there's lots to indicate that while he has made a commitment, I don't think he obviously came to Nebraska after he committed to LSU.
And Sean said
LSU was not happy.
Yeah, Sean said it perfectly right on that Monday that we had him on, that he was like, there's no benefit for him going to Nebraska if you're committed to LSU. Yeah, you're just going to make people upset, and he still came.
Yeah, I do think there's a very real chance that he flips. The other one was Matthew Gregory.
Yeah, that was surprising.
I think that was trending towards Nebraska, so that was a weird one. I wonder if UCLA came in with a little extra.
UCLA's been on a heater.
No, they've had
Their
great
class. Is crazy,
and they had a really great transfer portal class as well. Like Bob Chesney's doing some work out there. So I don't know if they just ponied up a little extra NIL, made the deal too sweet for him or what, but that seemed like it was trending Nebraska. But they still have a couple O-line options out there as well with Cottrell and Kuhn. So I don't know that Kuhn's going to go their way. I think they probably split that and get one of them, but not both. But we can talk to BC about that later as well. But I mean, they're up to like a top 15, 16 class again, and they're at 19. Like I think it's a really good class.
I think the toughest part though is when you look ahead and it is one of those things that you have to be objective as to where you are in either your fandom, if you choose to, ride the pine with where other people perceive where Nebraska's recruiting class is, because I can understand the perception of like, if you're taking, the ACT and all of your friends are ahead of you and you see that like, oh, well, I finished, 15th in my group of whatever, 300 in my entire class, but then my 15 friends or my 10 friends were ahead of me or whatever. Yeah. That's what it feels like seeing like the Big Ten schools that are still in front of you.
Yeah.
But objectively, I still got a really good score. Like I can feel good about what I have and what I'm getting.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what they did because they're doing what they're doing. And that's the other part too. Like losing Gregory to UCLA, that is a team that's ahead of you. But Nebraska hasn't really been directly recruiting against a lot of these schools. And some of the schools that they have been, they've actually won some of those kids over.
Yeah, and a lot of the schools they're recruiting against are SEC schools for the most part.
Yes.
Like that.
And the kids that they have went against their, I guess, regional rivals or the teams in the Big Ten, they flipped a Minnesota recruit, obviously, over the official recruitment weekend. I think they did lose one kid to Penn State like earlier in the cycle.
Yep.
But again, I mean, that's just Matt Campbell like recruiting the same area and the same type of kids that they're looking for. So
yeah, I mean, Nebraska is at 16 and 24/7. You've got Ohio State at 14 ahead of them. You have Penn State at 12, UCLA at 11, USC at 8, Oregon at 5.
So Oregon got another kid yesterday too.
Those are they got a 5-star receiver yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Those are the Big Ten teams ahead of them. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're 6th in the Big Ten, which again,
that's better than they were even after the big OV weekend.
Yeah, they were 10th in the Big Ten still. So I understand it's like, hey, we don't love being sixth in our own neighborhood, but if sixth in your neighborhood gets you to 16th nationally, that is, I think, still really positive. The other thing about it is like, okay, I know that there is not a direct correlation from recruiting rankings to, especially now with the transfer portal, from recruiting rankings to top 25 and that kind of thing, right? But if you're saying, hey, Nebraska is 16 in the recruiting rank, if they were 16th in the country, we'd be thrilled, like in terms of rankings, right?
Yep.
So I get it's not a direct correlation, and so it's an imperfect analogy, but I do kind of put it in that context sometimes to be like, okay, a lot of times we talk about recruiting, it's like, I really wish we had a top 10 class or something like that. And that obviously would be awesome. And I don't know that that's out of the question still. I still think they have some closing to do. But if you're in a top 10, top 15 class, that's a pretty dramatic improvement from where your football team has actually been. And then to me, it's like, okay, that gives you a shot now.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Like, yeah, you still have to work in the transfer portal. Yeah, you still have to get these guys to the place where they can contribute on Saturdays. But being in that neighborhood now gives you a shot all of a sudden to elevate yourself to where you want to be as a football program. And so I know the offseason national champion thing is always kind of this tongue-in-cheek, whatever, but I always like, would you prefer the alternative that they had bad off seasons?
Yeah. And that's something that our own Anna Bellinghausen got to talk with Rhule at the Savannah Bananas game this past weekend. And there was obviously, anytime Rhule says anything, there's going to be like a kerfuffling of whatever. And I can understand people that have that sort of stuff, but they're like, why should he even be talking? Why should he say these things? Or why should all that other stuff? Alternatively, what would you like him to do?
Yeah.
Would you like him to be like, nah, we're terrible? Like, like, would you like him to be just like, no, we're not a good team. This is,
you don't go like Cam Ward and be like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. We ass.
Yeah.
Like,
right?
you can't do that.
I think that there are times when you're like in the season and you can say like, yeah, we just haven't performed up to snuff, but like,
or like this hasn't been good enough.
Yeah. But you're in the off season.
Right now, we ass.
We're in the off season. He's worked with a spring team that he has talked about and said, like, you know what? We're just going to be quiet. We're just going to go back to work. And anytime that he says anything about his program now moving forward, it feels like everyone just wants to immediately attack and just be the pessimist of it all. And that's what it's one of those crazy things that Rhule and his staff are signing these high-level recruits and getting these guys with major stars, and they're getting, the class ratings like jumping up higher and higher and higher, closer into a top 15 rating. And yet people will still immediately just go, well, we'll see if they stay committed. Oh, well, we'll see.
That's the one that
they're
kills me.
committed
like,
now.
Can't wait for him to transfer. It's like, all right, man. Like, if that's like, if you're just waiting for the doom and gloom, I can't do anything for you.
Yeah.
But like, they're committed right now. I mean, Trey literally moved to the state. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I tweeted something the other day about after Trey got his 5th star and was elevated to the number 1 recruit in the country, or number 1 quarterback recruit in the country. And I think he's 8 overall. Like, he's in the top 10 as an overall recruit. And I was like, it's absolutely wild that the number 1 quarterback in the country will be playing high school football in the state of Nebraska next year. Like, that's crazy. And awesome. Like, it's great. And like, one of the first comments are like, when's he going to transfer? Can't wait for him to transfer. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, I can't live under the rain cloud all the time, guys. Like, I can't do it. I'm not going to. I don't want to.
It's kind of the same thing we ended yesterday's show on, talking about just like, sometimes you just got to celebrate the successes of the moment, and you just got to like savor that. It's okay, regardless of what happens with this class in 5 years. Like, obviously we can look back and hindsight can be 2020, but right now, can't you just say like, man, they're kind of putting it all together.
Yeah.
Like, they're kind of figuring it out. And then again, alternatively, if he wasn't getting all these high-level recruits and he wasn't getting these kids, you could be bitter about that. And you could just be like, well, it doesn't look like a lot of people are interested in Nebraska, but for whatever reason right now, kids are interested in Nebraska. Kids are interested in Matt Rhule. Kids want to come to Lincoln. You should be okay with that. You should be happy about that.
Even if some of these recruits work out, and we know statistically some of them won't, right? Like, that's just how recruiting works. Like, Nebraska's in a position of national relevance right now because they're still in the running with Ahmad Hudson, because they do have the number 1 quarterback in the class, because they do have a recruiting class that continues to climb up the rankings in 2027. Like, even the guys that don't work out are part of a conversation with Nebraska that is positive on a national scale. That's one of the biggest things that's been tough about being a Nebraska fan over the last mostly, I think 10 years is when it's really gotten, 10 to 12 years is when it's really gotten kind of toxic, is the conversation about Nebraska is never positive nationally.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. It's always towards the negative. That's why the Colorado game a couple of years ago was so cool. Right. Because Colorado had a ton of buzz, obviously, with Dion and Shador and Travis Hunter and all this. And the atmosphere at Nebraska was talked about nationally. The butt whooping they put on Colorado was talked about nationally.
It's on NBC.
Like, it was a big time moment where Nebraska could be talked about positively. It's the same thing with this recruiting class in particular. It's a big national story for people who care about this, right? It's not as big as a game. I understand that. But for people that care about this, it's a big national story that Nebraska is having a moment right now. And that's positive. Like, anytime Nebraska is getting positive national relevance, that's a good thing, because that's not something that's been super common lately. And if you want to start to change the narratives and change the results of what Nebraska has been, like, in the offseason, you can't go out and get any wins in terms of on the football field. So this is all you can get. I'll take the wins where we can get them. Hot Danger also said, he said, people need to adjust the expectation if Nebraska can ever get into the top 4 in the Big Ten. That's basically a CFP berth. We don't have to win the Big Ten to get in. I'll go a step further, Hot Danger. If they go to 24, top 6 in the Big Ten might get you in. Top 5 or 6 is going to get you in. Right? Top 5 or 6 in the Big Ten.
They're going to favor the teams that have played the
out
toughest
of the Big Ten and the SEC.
Yeah, that sort of stuff.
So top 5 or 6 out of the Big Ten and the SEC are going to get you in most years. So, like, we look at it, we're like, 6th in recruiting, or 6th in the Big Ten in recruiting isn't great, but 6th in the Big Ten recruiting very well might get you in the college football playoff. And that would be a huge improvement for Nebraska, obviously. Like, that's not a conversation that we've been in.
Well, and again, 6th in the Big Ten, and one of those schools has perennially been even worse than Nebraska has.
With UCLA? Yeah, absolutely. And listen, you want to talk about, like, negativity or pragmatism or whatever. Like, I think you can be more hesitant on UCLA putting it together, right? Like, at least you've got a track record with Rhule over the last 3 years of the team improving their regular season record. I get it's by 1 game every year, but that's more than what was happening before. And again, we don't have to go to the starting quarterback thing every time, but if your starting quarterback doesn't get hurt, we might be having a very different conversation about what the end of that season looked like. And the defense still fell apart, and there's a bunch of other things, but if they're at 8 wins last year instead of 7 in the regular season, are we having a different conversation? Because if it's that thin of a margin, then I don't know how you can say, well, if 8 wins, I would have been happy, but 7 wins, I see 0 progress. Right? Like, I don't really buy into that small of a margin of error. And so I just, and Captain brings up Jeep Wade. That's another reason for a ton of optimism. Like, that dude's the goods. I don't know what to tell you. Like, not just recruiting. Like, I like watching Georgia Tech. I started watching them when Paul Johnson was there because I liked watching the triple option. But I sort of have a fascination with Georgia Tech and have for a while. Plus, obviously, I watch a lot of ACC football with Florida State and stuff. Like, that's a team that Nebraska fans would love how they played. Love it. Just the physicality, the pulling line, like the whole thing. Everything Jeep Wade does is going to fit Nebraska fans' eyes. Plus, he's really, really good at it. Yeah. Like, he is... I've talked to...
It's a shame we won't get to hear from him more during the season. I think that he would be someone that would really, like, he's already endeared himself because of the work that he's done. But he would endear himself even further with the way that he talks, and I think the way that he can communicate and share, and just his belief. And again, like you guys have talked about it before, the belief in, like, teaching and coaching. And the difference between the two, and also just the belief in relationships. The same stuff that we publicly hear Rhule talk about a lot, but that he can apply onto the football field. And especially in the film room and all the little details that go into the offensive line.
I think Jeep Wade is an elite teacher of the offensive line position or offensive line positions. And I'm really excited to see what it looks like, because the other thing that we kind of have forgotten about in the midst of, and then we could take a break here real quick. Like, there's a thing that we've sort of forgotten about in the midst of all the recruiting buzz that the offensive line has gotten lately. And that's that they brought in, I think, 3 really good transfers, right? Like, we know how high DB is on Paul Mabenga. Brendan Black's track record at Iowa State speaks for itself. And they brought in a guy that I think has really high upside at a tackle spot in Tree Babalade. Like, he brought in 3 really good guys. You've got a guy in Elijah Pritchett that I think is going to be an NFL draft pick next year.
Yep.
And then you've got a guy in Justin Evans who we know what he is, and he's good.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's a guy that's been
– and maybe the top returning center in the league?
I'd have to go through it. I don't off the top of my head. I don't have –
I feel like if you did like a straw poll right now, just Big Ten coaches, I think you would get him. I think you'd get his name quite a bit.
Yeah. You're probably not wrong.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break here. We're going to get to Brian Christopherson here in just a minute. We can talk about some of this recruiting momentum and a couple of the most recent recruits that we've gotten from the last week or so that we haven't got to talk to guys about yet. That's awesome. I'm Ravi. We will be right back. More Hurrdat Sports Live coming up next.
Slide into savings at Edwards Hyundai. Finance the 2026 Hyundai Santa Fe at 0% for 72 months. This June, the savings are as big as the season. We've also got the 2026 Hyundai Kona SE all-wheel drive. Sign and drive starting at $287 a month with 0 down. Don't miss this pitch. Slide into savings at Edwards Hyundai.
Yeah, I'm just so proud of her. She kind of lost the love and joy of running, maybe even some of that for volleyball through some previous things. And we've tried to just find her joy in athletics again, enjoying competing. And so I think she found that with volleyball. And I asked her if she'd have an interest in doing track again. And she was a little hesitant, and introduced her to Coach Gannon, who is, just one of the best people ever. And so they instantly clicked as well. And she trusted him, trusted us. And what she's done is just incredible, to win multiple events and then to qualify for the national championships and to finish 6th in the country as a freshman. And most of that group yesterday were all seniors. So to be 6th, to be a first-team All-American, just the way that she's represented herself and our program, we're just so proud of her.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's awesome. I'm Ravi here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We're brought to you by Next Gen Male Medical. Here in just a few minutes, we will talk to our friend Brian Christopherson from Husker 24/7. Get a little a little scoop on what's going on in the football recruiting world. There's
Two
been lots
scoops like Raisin Bran.
going on in the volleyball recruiting world as well.
Yeah, plenty happening.
Lots
Nebraska
going on.
still hasn't announced their third commit, right? But we know someone's out there. What's going on with Danny Busboom Kelly?
What's going on?
I don't know. Jalen Reyes just tweets out the boom, and he's done it 3 times. And it's been like a day and a half, and we still don't know who the third one is.
He should do the Costco guys boom next time. That way we know who it is.
I'll let him know. I'll shoot him a text.
Okay, please do.
Yeah, just see what we can do there.
Just be like, hey, I need just 5 big booms.
5 big booms, please.
It's a lot of booms.
Before we get to BC,
Yes.
do you have enough time right now to get your boxing takes off of your chest?
Yes.
Or do you want more time?
No, I think I'm okay. It's so Errol Spence yesterday. Do we have that video?
Yes. You want it?
Yeah, let's bring it up real quick.
6-7 weeks. Like, I didn't no sparring. Like, it was just a lot of stuff that went wrong in that camp.
Going into that camp, you and Derek have any conversation? Like, look, this is how we got to get down for this fight.
Nope.
Come on, EJ.
Nope.
Biggest fight of both of y'all's career.
Man, that camp was booked.
The whole camp?
Yeah, bro. Like, I didn't no sparring. Like, the guys didn't fit. I ain't had no southpaws in there to spar, none of that. Like, it was all out of whack. I was basically living wrong, bro. Even out of camp, you gotta live right. So once you get in camp, everything be cool. Just like now, like, I'm cool now because, what I'm saying, I've been living right. Like, I ain't been drinking none of that. Like, still been working out. So once I get in camp, I'm free flowing. I'm free flowing in that camp, bro. Everything was just out of whack. But for me, I knew that this maximum payout, is gonna take care of my family, even if I'm not here, and I didn't know if I was gonna box again.
Yes,
And
you felt like that before the fight.
Yeah, I felt like that before the fight. I'm still gonna fight, It's just, it is what it is. Like, and I'm not gonna make no excuses about it. I'm just gonna do what I do, and then whatever criticism come with it, bro. At the end of the day, I'm doing it for a bigger picture. Like, I was hard-headed to do stuff my way, so hey, I gotta be hard-headed too in this sense to, put myself on the altar, man, sacrifice myself.
I feel that, but what I don't feel is going into that camp. Whose job is it to pick the sparring partners and to have that stuff on point?
Derek, he the teacher, right?
So when you're not sparring, what are you saying to him?
I mean, we just work.
So here's my. First of all, this man is full of shit. Like,
Wow.
this is. Yeah, you can tell Andre Ward. That's from the Art of Ward podcast with Andre Ward. You can tell Andre Ward knows he's full of shit.
Okay.
Like, you could, like, with the question that he asked, he goes, "So whose fault is it that you weren't doing any of the things you want to do in camp?" Like, here's the thing. That man got his ass beat by Bud Crawford so badly, he never thought he was going to fight again. That man got the living hell beat out of him by Bud Crawford. And now, what are we, like 4 years on, 3 years later, however long it's been, that this dude is like, oh, I had a bad camp. I had a bad camp. Did Canelo have a bad camp? Because he got that ass beat too.
That should be really funny if every single person
It's all
was
bad
beaten,
camp.
like, I just had a really bad camp.
Like, Canelo is 10 times the fighter that Errol Spence is at a higher weight class, and he caught these hands too. And Errol Spence is out here being like, oh, I had bad camp, man. My Derek was, I don't even know who the hell Derek is. I don't know if it's like his uncle or his coach or whoever. He's just out here being like, oh, well, Derek didn't let me spar. You're the man paying Derek. You call the shot. This is my favorite. It's like when college coaches are like, oh, we just don't have any talent on the roster. Well, who recruited the roster, genius? Like, what are we talking about here? People used to defend, like, and
you can hire a new coach.
I love Doc
Get a new
Sadler,
trainer.
but people used to defend Doc Sadler and be like, oh, man, he's a great coach. He just doesn't have any good players on the roster. I was like, it's his roster, man. Like, you hired the coach. It's your camp. You're the one that has to drag your ass into that ring for that beating.
And also, if you don't think that your training's going well, you can get a new coach.
Do something else. Like, you can't 4 years later just be like, he beat me to within like an inch of my life because I had a bad camp.
Imagine if you were prepping for a show and you were just like, not a lot of sports is going on. Guess we just won't talk tomorrow.
Yeah,
whatever.
Like what It's like, we didn't have a good show today. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? I come up with the rundown every day, right? Like, whose fault is if we have a bad show? Like, that's all me, right? And so, like, yeah, there's other people involved.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, like it's on Errol. That's the dude. You're telling me you saw Bud Crawford just knocking people out left and right, and you're like, you know what? I don't need to train hard for this. I don't think I should spar. And then he later in the clip, he goes like, they didn't bring in no southpaws. And it's like, did you tell him? Like, hey, can I get some southpaws? Because I know, Bud likes to switch stances and stuff.
To be fair to Errol, he probably got beat so bad that now he's just figured out like why he lost. He's like, oh man, it was the southpaws. That's what it was.
Or maybe he got beat so bad that he forgot that they actually did bring southpaws in.
Like that is one out from like two elite fighters. That is one of the biggest ass kickings I've ever seen in my life. Like that wasn't like, oh, small margins here or there. Errol Spence didn't look like he belonged in the ring with Bud Crawford. And then how I know it wasn't a fluke? Because then he did the exact same thing to Canelo Alvarez, who most people consider one of the best fighters of all time at this point, has fought
when he was the
underdog way above his natural weight class. And right in Canelo's sweet spot, like everything was going against Bud Crawford in that fight. And he's like, nah, you're still going to get beat.
Yep.
You're telling me that's the guy that you're like, I don't need to trade hard for. And even if everything he said was true, bad camp, no southpaws, Derek didn't let him spar, whoever the F Derek is, like, oh, come on, Derek. Like, that's still all on you. It's not like, I don't understand this mindset of like, okay, I go up, I show out, and then I go on the field, and like that's my only job. Part of being great is being ready.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Like there's a reason we absolutely lift up on a pedestal guys like Kobe and Jordan because their work ethic when they weren't actually playing basketball was so good and so high. Like we absolutely idolize these guys for the work they put in off the court. That's why they were allowed to be great. We make a huge distinction between, like, I use J.R. Smith in this all the time. J.R. Smith is one of the most talented basketball players I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And he was one of the most average NBA players I've ever seen in my life, right? Like, those two things are true. And the difference is all the stuff that we idolize about Jordan and Kobe. The mindset, the work ethic, all of the stuff that we don't see on a basketball court when the cameras are on. That applies to every athlete. The work you put in allows you to be great. And if you're not willing to put in that work, that's on you as much as choking is in a high pressure moment, as much as not rising to the occasion, even if you did put the work in. Like failing to put the work in is maybe a bigger indictment because it's an active choice that you make every single day to not put the work in versus I had a bad moment, right? Like Victor Wembanyama had a big gaffe where he throws the ball to the back of, I think it was Stephon Castle, turns the ball over, they lose the game instead of having an opportunity to go get a game-winning shot with the score tied, right? That's like in the moment, oh yeah, choke job. But that's easier, I think, to forgive a one-time lapse than if every day in the offseason, like this is why Luka and Zion drive me crazy. Because every day in the offseason, they're like, we're doing beignets instead of eating or instead of working out, Like Luka's or Joel Embiid, who's just like, I just can't stop drinking full sugar.
We're doing beignets.
Guys, New Orleans thing, Or Joel Embiid's like, I just can't stop drinking full sugar Shirley Temples. And I was like, what are we doing, man? Like that was a thing with Joel Embiid. Where he's just like, I love Shirley Temples. I drink like a gallon of that stuff a day. And it's just like, that's 800 grams of sugar, bud. I don't know. Like,
you're a hater.
Like, what are we doing? I was like,
you're a hater.
Maybe-
Ravi, I love this rant. I love it. And I want you to continue. And I'm sure Brian also loves it.
Is our friend Brian Christopherson.
He's just hanging out.
Brian Christopherson's been hearing you just go all out on Shirley Temples. BC, are you in or out on Shirley Temples?
I'm not in on them. I'm in on Dr. Pepper way too much, so.
Full sugar, or are we doing diet?
Do you throw flavor in there? Like, are you a gas station connoisseur, Dr. Pepper, or are you just are you sticking to cans?
I think cans. This is probably a weird take. I think there's two pops, and I'll say pops as a full Midwesterner instead of soda. Dr. Pepper and Cherry Coke are the two pops that I feel are better in a can than a plastic bottle. So I always go can.
I think all sodas are better in a can than plastic bottle.
If I have to go, like, I would go fountain, can.
Yeah.
Like, and bottle is like the absolute last choice.
So I think if we're doing full soda delivery system power rankings here, I think fountain, glass bottle, can, plastic bottle.
Right. I don't want to get controversial either, but on a road trip, I feel like I generally drink darker pop at home. But I will go with a lighter pop on a road trip because I feel like the darker pop, it just like after you have had it open for like 10 minutes, it's done. Like when you're in the car. That's just my personal experience with it. So I hope that doesn't bother anybody. My thoughts on the lighter and the darker pop on that one.
I do think that dark soda, the carbonation is much more crucial to your experience than like a lighter, a Sprite, a Mountain Dew, something in that neighborhood. I don't think you're wrong there.
Okay. But Shirley Temple's, I just don't do it. I have never done it. I don't think. I don't think I've ever done it.
I just don't understand how somebody making like $60 million a year, like his career may have been derailed by his inability to switch to like a diet Shirley Temple.
Such a hater.
Yeah.
Such a
How
hater.
am I a hater? That man, he can barely run now. And it's like, maybe we cut out some sugar.
It's a good point. I have my troubles though. I mean, last night I opened up a Dr. Pepper at 11:30 p.m.
Oh, I had the same problem. I had a Coke Zero at like 10. And I was like, I'm too late. What am I doing?
I went full diesel at 10:45.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Rico has a full-on problem.
BC, are you in on Arnold Palmer's then?
They're okay. Yeah. I tend to have those like only when golfing though. If it just fits, So that's when I would have an Arnold Palmer. But they're all right. I think they're overhyped a little bit. No, that's not the only time. I also in the press box, they have that. It might be a raspberry tea up there on the 6th floor. Yeah, and I'll throw that with some lemonade during the games. And so I don't know if Nebraska's sort of struggles over the last 8 to 10 years are due to that, because it feels like that's when I sort of started that. So if you're one of those people who connects things like dots like that, perhaps I should just go straight lemonade or straight iced tea and just make a call one way or the other.
Yeah, the rally soda in the press box, kind of like you're just passing around like the brisk, just making sure that everyone's got some.
I will say raspberry tea is delicious.
Yeah, I don't mind.
It is.
It is. It's an incredible. Do you have any thoughts about athletes that don't prepare and then blame it on somebody else? That's a lot. I'm just
no. Any specifics?
Well, I mean, he saw what I was talking about.
All right. Yeah.
I'm just seeing if he has any strong feelings about it.
Yeah, that's an annoying part of any athlete when they just don't take their own responsibility for a failure. So it's not very appealing of Errol. We all saw the fight. It was a butt whooping. Our guy put it on him, and everybody knew how big that fight was going in. I can't buy the fact that someone wouldn't have a big say in how they trained themselves, and is going to push it off on somebody else in their camp. So everybody knew the magnitude of that fight going in. So it's a deal where after the fact, when you're talking like that, I don't have a lot of respect for it.
I just think it's super funny. Then we can move on from this, but like I also think it's super funny that like he thought it was a valid excuse. He's like, "Oh, I just wasn't prepared," as if that like redeems him somehow. And it's like one of the best things you can be as an athlete is prepared, right? Whether it's Bud Crawford, who by all accounts his preparation is immaculate, or I brought up like Kobe and Jordan, like those guys that we love so much. Half of it is the fact that they're like, oh, that guy left no stone unturned. And Errol's just like, I didn't even know there were stones out there to turn over, but
I didn't even see the stones.
You're like, there's stones? What are we talking about here? Like, it was like, that's such a weird defense to be like, no, I just didn't try.
Bud and Errol could fight 10 times. Errol could be in the prime, train the best he's ever trained, and Bud would win 10 times. That's what my thought is after watching that fight.
Hell yeah, BC.
All right, I love it.
All right, so BC.
Let's get to some recruiting.
Yeah, recruiting stuff. Over the last, I don't even want to say 7 days since the last time that Damon and Ravi both talked to you, but maybe since Friday when this new weekend of recruitment news kind of came through. Has there been anything that surprised you the most in terms of either Nebraska's wins or maybe some kids that they might have missed out
on? Not major surprises. I think the one that everybody who tracks this closely thought might go Nebraska's way, and then at the last day or so is like, oh, Matthew Gregory is going to end up at UCLA. Like that was the one where for a couple weeks it just felt like that was Nebraska's. He moved up his visit 2 weekends, but there's other factors involved these days, and so it didn't happen. And that's not one people can say, well, you're just making excuses for him. Wide receiver is not a position where I would just be soaked in worry about, oh, they didn't get this guy. When you look at like sort of who's in DeKeel Short's room and sort of the younger guys they're trying to build up, like I have a lot of intrigue in like Larry Miles, who's over there right now as a true freshman. And so you look at like, Nayland Scott and Jared, I'm looking at the names now. Jeremiah Jones, Cortez Mills is only a second-year guy, and we know the 5-5 thing's probably on the way. So they've got a lot of younger players in that room where I feel like they're pretty well stocked. And so, yeah, Matthew Gregory is a good player, but that one shouldn't have left you shaken by any means. I think if you're a Husker fan. Other than that, the Justin Lindsay story was interesting, just in the fact that the wide receiver, out of the KC area who actually received an offer a year ago from Nebraska. People were kind of unsure. Does that offer still stand? He comes in camps, does really well in front of Coach Shorts and the others, and, gets an opportunity to take his OV. And so he's a good, development type receiver at 6'3" that you can get in the system, and is going to work hard and knows Jamar Mosey and those guys well. And Jamar Mosey has like the guys that he knows in that recruiting area, and he's not the only one, but he tends to do pretty well in picking out guys that maybe some people are sleeping on that turn out to be pretty good. Jameer Khan is one of those names on the defensive side right now. So Caleb Green, I thought, was a good pickup. Like when I started watching his tape, the linebacker who was committed to Missouri, 145 tackles last year, really came on as a junior. I think he's in the middle of his climb. And so I thought that was a really good prospect to land.
Yeah. So what happened there with the situation with Missouri and Caleb Green? Like, how did that flip Nebraska's way?
I think Caleb Green, I don't know it all from Missouri's end, but Caleb Green, I think, always had like connections to the Husker staff, and there was an interest in coming and camping. And he came and like that was a Sunday night camp. And, there's 200 guys are out on a field, and I was up top kind of looking around, trying to track some numbers of guys that were there if they showed up for sure. And I just started watching Caleb Green, and I was like, okay, that there's a separation between him and a lot of other guys on the field, just the way he moves and carries his size and can change directions and stuff like that. Then you go back and you're started, I know huddle highlights are going to offer the best of a player, but the thing that stands out about Caleb Green is not just like some of the TFLs and sacks that he has on his film. He has some effort plays that I like the most in guys like that, where I would call him like an eraser, at least at the high school level, where he goes across the field and tracks down a play that keeps it at like 10 to 15 yards instead of it being like a 50-yard touchdown. Mm-hmm. Like I love when I see that, especially out of like second level defenders, that there's just no plays off. And, that's one of the biggest things at the college level, I think, is there's going to be plays where the other side gets you and they scheme it up right, and they're going to get 10 to 20 yards. But can you be the type of defense that has dudes who are can keep a lid on it and have the ability to keep those plays in check and live for another down? And at least at the high school level, he shows that tendency.
BC, I've been very intrigued by Nebraska's June, just in terms of the amount of, obviously, the commitments and everything that they've gotten, but in my recent memory of, and I haven't followed recruitment as closely as you have, or a lot of other, Husker fans may have on message boards and such, but it feels like Nebraska's done a new level of commitment in trying to keep in touch with, like you mentioned with Caleb Green, just, an early offer. Doesn't go there very early, but they keep that relationship, they keep the communication, and they bring them to campus, and then they get this commitment flip. Why has that been such a difference maker this month in obviously getting a Minnesota flip, a Missouri flip, and maybe obviously the Ahmad Hudson of it all, where Nebraska is still trying to stay in play there too?
I think there's a big understanding at Nebraska and actually across college football that the spring months are sort of the setup phase. You're trying to put yourself in that sort of 3 to 4 teams where that person's really looking at you. But when it comes to June's the big fight. Like that's sort of what you're training for, to go back to our boxing talk. Like, are you going to be prepared where you've put in the legwork, that you have that relationship, that you get them on campus, you get them around other guys who are already in the boat and committed to the program, and they start to feel it and what you're building, and there's some like-minded guys. You did that stuff through previous relationships. Like, a great example is the D line and I think edge recruiting that came to fruition on the June 5th weekend. Like if you had gone back and done a segment like in April or something on like what's happening with the D line recruiting, there'd be like, oh man, I don't know. Like what's Corey Brown and Roy Manning doing over there? Like there had to be that building though toward the moment where they had Nehemiah Umbati high on their board. They had Errol Demon Tagnac high on the board, and they were in a good position. Now they did have to finish it, and that would be where, like, if you're over there, it would be, I would feel anxious and nervous, like going into June, like can we close the deal here, because there's a lot built into the months that have played into this. But they did, and then they got Mayatao Mo, who was briefly committed to Minnesota, it seemed like, as an edge guy for Roy Manning. And so to your question, that was done through building and all this stuff when people are maybe having conversations about what's going on over there. Well, there was a lot going on, but it was just a deal where you had to close it up, and they did. And so they've done a good job. When you look back at that June 5th weekend, there were 6 fresh guys who visited, who committed. And if you count guys who had already raised their hand just a few weeks earlier, there were 10 guys that weekend on OVs who are in this class right now. And so one way or the other, good, bad, or in the middle, we're going to look back at that June 5th weekend and those collection of names, be like, what did they do? Like 2 or 3 years from now. It's like one of those sort of weekends I think you should bookmark as a Husker fan and see where it goes.
So another commit in the boat yesterday, Jalen Hill. Now all of a sudden you're looking at this defensive back class. Corey Hadley commits a couple months ago. Bryce Williams commits right after that June 5th weekend, as you mentioned. Jalen Hill commits after his visit as well. All of a sudden you look up and you're like, oh, there's actually a lot of pretty intriguing defensive back prospects on the board for Nebraska now, not to mention guys like Torrey Pittman that have been in the class for a while. What has been your sense of, we heard Jalen Hill talk about Coach Addison Williams specifically yesterday in his quote, but what's been your sense of how defensive backs have connected with this staff?
Yeah, it's not just Addy, but you got to, he's in the first sentence because there's so many guys over there that put in work. But Addison Williams, I think, has proven in his time at Nebraska that he's a just excellent recruiter. And I feel like Nebraska's got a few of them, if people are going to be honest and fair about it. Like, you have to say, Jeep Wade, not just what he's done so far, but look back at his Georgia Tech track record and how he was able to identify people and what he got done. I think EJ Barthel is someone who gets in on people quick. And to your point about the DBs, Addison Williams does such a good job, I feel like, of leading from the front on guys. Like Bryce Williams was an example of a player who Oklahoma came in with they put the full court press on him. And I'm sure he had some good relationships over time with the coaches over there. And obviously they're a formidable recruiting foe. But Addison, again, legwork that goes back a year, or more, had that sort of link with a guy that when it came to, he's like, no, that's my guy. And I do think that day one stuff still matters, or if you're a near day one guy, on a recruit, like I think that can count for a lot. Go back to Danny Odom, last year. Addison Williams offered Danny Odom before he had all the stars, and everybody was talking about him as like a 5-star and all that stuff. Like, he was in on the ground floor on that, and that counts. And so it's impressive what he's done, because I feel like the one thing you want to see out of that DB position going forward is you want to see playmakers. Like, you want to see guys. It's not just like, just not the stat of like, what's the yards per attempt from the other side, but I want to see some picks. I want to see some guys change games. And I think if you look at the tape of some of these guys in the last 2 cycles, Danny Odoms, Jalen Hills, Bryce Williams, Corey Hadley's a 4-star. Those guys all have that on there where they can go up in one hand a ball and pick it off and change a game for their team. And so they'll have to translate it to the next level. That's always the question. But they have a great base to start with those guys.
As you look at guys that haven't been in this class yet, that have been visited but aren't committed, I want to start with offensive line with Kuhn and Kittrell. How do you feel like that's trending for Nebraska? Do you think they get one, both, neither? Like, how's it going with those 2 that were here last weekend but are still making their decisions?
I'd be surprised if they get neither, but I don't know for sure on that. Kittrell, I think, Jeep Wade put in the work with that one too. Like, Jeep got here in December. They offered Barrett, who's a great kid, by the way, in January. Iowa was in on him early too, though. Iowa offered him, watched him lift, actually. They were watching him lift and they offered him, and they were a little before Nebraska, but I don't think that's a big deal in this case. Kittrell has like family connections to the Husker program and all that. So you kind of are thought to believe like, oh, that's going to work Nebraska's way. But honestly, I don't know, like, other than that, which one's the favorite for sure. I don't. I have a crystal ball in for Nebraska, and it was way back when, and it was sort of under the context of like, well, I think Nebraska will win at the end of the day because there is that, in-state poll and all that. And it might be that way, but I think he's really done his due diligence and is going to factor in everything and not just that. And so that's where, you never know for sure. I like that both him and Kuhn, they took their visits, and they're both smart guys who talk to each other, actually, and they understand like, hey, you're going to have that natural high after your last visit where that's the place. Like, I'm like, right now they're coming off the Nebraska visit. If you had said a week before when you're coming off an Iowa visit, maybe they're higher on them. So they're taking a few days to give themselves some breathing room. And that's why they haven't announced yet. They wanted to get some time with it. That makes sense to me.
BC, do you see that as potentially like a good thing for Nebraska, that these recruits, especially the in-state guys like Kittrell and someone who's been a legacy, has definitely been inside a Memorial Stadium, that they take a little bit more time in their recruitment, that they do evaluate that this is, the right place, the right space for them if they choose to then go to Nebraska?
I just see it as a good move for their part. Like, like do that due diligence and have an understanding after you've done this recruiting process a while, that I think some of us can relate to this with other topics, like there's certain things where you just did something. And so that's the best thing you've ever done, right? Because you just experienced that. We do this prisoner of the moment stuff with sporting events. Like, that's the best team ever because they're just in front of us, or the best game we ever saw, all that. And so I think the same happens with recruiting. And this is a case where it's wise to just take a step back for 3 or 4 days, do whatever your process is, plus minuses, pray about it, whatever you do to decide. And it's not hurting anybody to wait, 2 or 3 more days, or we'll see when the trigger gets pulled on this one. But Nebraska's done a good job recruiting both. I mean, they've had Kuhn in here 4 or 5 times, I think, and presented themselves well. And with Kittrell, I think one thing that was important and it was stressed to him this weekend is they see him as potentially an all-5 guy. Like he could be, at first it was sort of you're an interior lineman when the process started. And this weekend, Jeep Wade was having him name off, like, what would the tackle do here? What's your response? And so that's appealing to a guy because it opens up opportunities, obviously, if you could be versatile enough or the coach thinks you could play all positions.
BC, with the guys coming in this weekend, obviously it's mostly committed guys already, but there are a couple that are still out there. Khalil Taylor at wide receiver, and then I'm going to do my best here. Seeger Milholland, tight end from Bishop Gorman. What's your kind of read on that situation? It seems like Nebraska does want to add another receiver, obviously with Matthew Gregory going the other way, even though they brought in Justin Lindsay. And it does seem like they really do want an additional tight end in this class as well. Like, what are their chances with these two?
Yeah, I think first off, Khalil Taylor is obviously the biggest name there. And he's just one of those players to me that's a take no matter what, really. Like you find a way to get him in your class. And, Nebraska's been optimistic here. I don't do too much with like social media, like posts that are sort of vague, from the staff. Like I don't want to always get into that. But for like a month, they've been sort of hopeful about this one with Khalil Taylor, if you pay attention to that stuff. And we actually have a guy in our network, Brian Doan, who's pretty well connected out in the Northeast. And in late May, he said the scuttlebutt, and this is not scuttlebutt from anybody else, but like he's talking to direct people, like, Nebraska's could be dangerous here. That was like late May. Now, I know there's a thought in Penn State's camp, they're in the better position. And after that visit, it was even thought maybe it was sort of sewn up before his July 6th decision. But the fact you're getting him on campus, as or at least expected this weekend, I mean, that's a big deal when you're going to get him around Trey Taylor and some of these guys. Obviously, it's going to be a huge weekend with the battle at the Boneyard and all that stuff going on too. So I wouldn't like pick Nebraska at this moment to land him, but I also don't discount that the fact that he's visiting and you've got some time before the decision date is supposedly going to happen. You got a fighting shot at least.
BC, last thing here from me is, I don't know if you saw, there was a list put out, and I won't say your competitor's name here, about the top coaches in the Big Ten. And the place where they found one Matt Rhule was 10th, which I thought was interesting, not for the placement so much. I understand kind of putting him in the middle of the pack of the Big Ten for where he's at, where his history's been with Nebraska, but I did find two places really interesting. They've got Jed Fish at 8, and they've got PJ Fleck at 11. Everybody else kind of makes sense to me, right? You got the usual suspects. You could probably make an argument about Matt Campbell and where he belongs, who's just ahead of Matt Rhule. But any surprise that PJ Fleck is behind Rhule and that Jed Fish is ahead of him?
Oh, yeah, maybe a little bit, just based off, it's not all on Matt Rhule's resume, but last year, frankly, that was the eyesore of the season. That was like I think that was the game that people look back and just shake their head about what happened in Minneapolis.
Sure.
And that's a game where Nebraska, I think, went in there and frankly had more talent and, I think a better chance to win that game going in, and just got their butt whooped. And so usually we talk about recency bias. Usually these lists are based off that more than the full track record. And so, yeah, I guess I am surprised at the moment that he's ahead of Fleck. Jed Fish, he sort of has, it just depends who's voting on Jed Fish. Like he's one of those coaches where some people are like, that's the guy. Like he's got that sort of mind, football mind where he's going to be really successful. Just watch if he actually stays at a place for a while. So maybe that's where this vote came from. I don't know. But I think 10's about right now. It's fair for Rhule that, a couple years ago coming in, he probably would have been, I bet 6th or 7th, and it would have been based off how he turned around Temple and Baylor. And so that's what's in front of them here. Like if in the next year or two, Nebraska makes that move that they expect and people want him to, you'll see him climb 3 spots on a list like this in May or June. So that's all the stuff that goes with hopefully getting this program, in that 8, 9 and above win category where it's just consistently like that.
All right, I lied. I had one more. It's about the coaching list as well. So I think the top 4. I don't know that anybody would argue about the top 4 just without putting an order on it. Cignetti, Ryan Day, Dan Lanning, and then Kyle Whittingham. Would you include Lincoln Riley in? He ended up 6th on this list. Would you include him in kind of that like top group, or would you separate him out, or would you separate somebody else out from that group and say, it's really just Lanning, Day, and Cignetti?
Who's the top 9? Who's 5 through 9?
Okay, so 5 through 9 is Ferentz at 5, Riley at 6, Bielema at 7, Jed Fish at 8, and Matt Campbell at 9.
I don't have a problem with Lincoln Riley at 6. No, for right now. I mean, he's got a bunch of Heisman guys under his belt, but and that winning percentage at OU was legit. Even though people say, well, that's how you're supposed to win there. It's not that easy, as we know, to just go do that. So maybe you could say there's a little disrespect there, but he's seeing the challenge right now of building in a league like this. And I think the difference even between the Big Ten and other leagues that he was kind of coming up in. And so 6 is fine with me for Lincoln Riley for now. That's a huge year for him. I mean, it's not like it's hot seat year type deal, but it's a season where like the expectations were such when they hired him, like we landed the guy who's like top 5 national coach. Like we're going back to the Pete Carroll era. That was the feeling. And so I'm sure there's some big money people in that program who are like, let's see it this year. Let's see this team in the CFP.
I don't think you could get him any higher than 5. I'm really high on Whittingham. That's a guy that I've loved for a really long time in terms of the way he coaches. So I'm fine putting him in the top 4. I think Cignetti is without a doubt 1. Like you can't really argue with that at this point. If you had to choose between Day and Lanning, just you get one of those guys, you get to pick. You taking Day or Lanning?
I would take Day just because he's got the national championship. I'd give him that would be like the edge,
the deal breaker
over Lanning. But that one's basically an even race to me. Kirk Ferentz has done well for himself being at 5 there. Like he's sort of settled in where people are just like, yeah, that's fair. I mean, if you go back like 5 years or so, and that's a long career he's at Iowa, he would have been a guy who at one point, not that long ago, would have been like in your 8 to 11 range, on a list like that. And so that I think so that shows you how sort of the consistency they've had where they've been like that sort of 8-win team that, or they'll knock someone off, at Kinnick, and get that sort of win you don't expect that Nebraska is still searching for. That's elevated him because they've been able to do that at a pretty consistent pace now.
That's our guy, Brian Christopherson, Husker 24/7 BC. Appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Brian.
That is Brian Christopherson from Husker 24/7. Take a quick break here. We will get to Andy KENDEIGH from KETV coming up next.
Make this the summer event at Edwards Jeep and Ram, Council Bluffs and Village Point. Lease the 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport S starting at $289 a month. Built for the road and ready for summer. This June, the savings are as big as the season. We've also got the 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn starting at $399 a month or finance at 2.9% APR for 72 months. Don't miss this pitch. Slide into savings at Edwards Jeep and Ram, Council Bluffs and Village Point.
being the Mountaineer is so deeply tied to our heritage, but it's not just West Virginians that get to be the Mountaineer. The only requirement is that you have to be a student at WVU. To get through the process, you put in an application that talks about all the stuff you've done on campus, service, academics, whatever you need to talk about that relates to what you would like to serve as the Mountaineer. And they bring you in after the interview, paper application brings you to an interview where they sit you down for a committee and ask you all the different parts of the university. So they'll ask you, like, how many schools do we have? Name some D1 coaches that aren't the most popular ones. And they'll just quiz you about situations and see how you would respond to them. And then they get the final four, they dress up in buckskins, and they get to run around in a basketball game doing our cheer off. So they get to get the crowd hyped, do one-on-one interactions, and try and manage all the different responsibilities. And whoever does best between all the three sections, they choose to be the next Mountaineer.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's awesome. I'm Ravi here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Andy KENDEIGH from KETV. AK, what's going on, buddy? How we doing? We don't have him.
Oh, he still has his mic muted.
Oh, hold on. I got it. You got to unmute the mic.
Oh, do we?
Oh.
How about
There
that?
you go.
There we
There
go.
we are.
There we
How are
go.
you?
There you go. I got a new phone, so I'm still learning the ins and outs. And Diet Coke #1 today, boys.
Okay, I'm so glad because Andy, your first tweet of the College World Series being the media fridge. How close are we to your prediction of Diet Cokes?
Oh, well, I said the over-under was, what, 40? I am embarrassingly close to that number at this point, I think. This is day 6. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, yesterday I got to the point at dinner where I looked at Laura and I'm like, I got to mix in a water. This is bad. This is really bad. So, yeah, I mean, it's right there. It's like 3 steps away. What are you going to do?
Andy, I'd like to support you in your Diet Coke drinking here because here's the thing that people don't realize about sodas in general, but Diet Coke is literally 99.9% water, right?
100%.
And
100%.
There's actually been a study that because there is some sodium in Diet Coke, it helps hydrate you better than water because it helps with the electrolytes.
Oh, man.
That's a real thing that has been studied, and it doesn't have enough caffeine to actively dehydrate you. So, like, I don't really know where all this, like, listen, if you're like, I don't like the chemicals, whatever, but if you're talking about pure hydration, Diet Coke is primo.
Selective research. I love that. And I believe what you believe. So that's wonderful. I actually, I had Lou Holtz was in town. The late Lou Holtz was in town a couple of years ago doing something, speaking engagement. And we interviewed him, and he was a Diet Coke guy through and through. He said he never drank water. He said because there was so much water in Diet Coke. So kind of kindred spirits. How about that? Yeah, it's hard to argue with a national championship winning coach.
True. It's also like, where do we think the liquid part of Diet Coke comes from?
Well,
That's right.
And to be fair, AK, you're doing way better than us out in the village, because there was an energy drink sponsor that was next door to us. I think we ran them dry because they were gone by Monday.
Yeah.
They were supposed to be there, I'm pretty sure, all week. And they're picked up and left.
I saw that energy drink sponsor, and early in the week, I did not see that energy sponsor yesterday when I was walking to my rooftop perch. So, yeah, I think you guys cleaned that company out.
Every time I walked by Andy, I was like, hit me.
It was like Mjolnir. It was.
I went through 40 of those the first 3 days. I don't think it's so. Those I'm not going to advocate for drinking 40 of those. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's shaky stuff, isn't it? After your third or fourth, you're kind of jiggly.
Yeah, I reached.
Hit me Sunday.
I reached that
Sunday.
limit. Yep, I definitely reached that limit. AK, how's the series experience been for you so far?
It's been great. Knock on wood, the weather has been next to perfect. Normally at this stage, we're just you're just drained because of the weather. You just get out there and it's 90, 95 degrees and it's just beating down on you. The weather's been awesome. The games have been good. And I just think the storylines with West Virginia, there's always a new chapter in the World Series, and I think West Virginia bringing their passion to Omaha, I think that's really added a chapter into CWS lore here. And I think Georgia, last night's game, they still haven't figured it out offensively, and I think it takes a lot of teams a while to figure out this park because it does play so differently than teams are used to. But once they do find their bats, they're really going to be dangerous. Now, they did hit 3 home runs 2 games ago, but they were all solo home runs, and they just haven't it hasn't seemed like the Georgia that has been the Georgia all season. But man, their pitching and defense really came through last night. Last night's Georgia-Texas game was about as good as it gets. It was in perfect conditions, and there was games, the calls that were challenged, and was it a catch and not a catch? Was he out? Did he get the hand in? It was pretty riveting theater, and I think it's been a great series, and I think it's only going to get better here now that we're down to the Final Four.
I couldn't believe that on a fly ball, if we can even call it that short, that the Georgia player was able to tag up, and I could not believe that he was safe. I couldn't believe that it was close. I know the Texas guy bobbled it a little bit, but he got a pretty good throw off the one hop. It was on target. I thought a good throw beat him for sure, and the throw beat him, but the slide obviously beat the tag. That play, I understand people got kind of annoyed with the double challenges and stuff there on. Sure. Did he tag him and then did he tag in time from third base? But I just couldn't believe, A, he had the stones to go and try and get the insurance run for Georgia, and B, that he actually made it. That might be the shallowest, especially with the guy facing home plate and not running out into the outfield from shortstop or something. I could not believe that he actually made it.
He was moving backwards and he bumped into the left fielder. That's really the left fielder. The left fielder's got to be, the left fielder's moving with the momentum. That if the left fielder makes that catch and throws, I think they get him. But Rodriguez going backwards and bumping into the left fielder, he had to gather himself and still made a terrific throw. You're right. But the runner getting his hand in there, the catcher being behind the plate, actually, I know that there's some rules there too that they've got to navigate, and it's such a bang play. That's what people don't realize. You slow it down and by frame, and you're saying, oh, this or oh, that, and you're like, no, these things don't happen in slow motion. These are bang plays, and these kids are taught, and this is where the fundamental stuff really comes to you. And how about the slide by the Georgia kid at second base when he hit the double, and he has that hustle double, and that throw beat him too, and he still manages to get in. and keep the long chain, the bling on his neck. I mean, that's the biggest bling I've ever seen for a college kid. That's great.
I mean,
Andy, just in that same sense too, just everything you've said about Georgia so far, and especially in last night's game, are you surprised that they never had really a lot of frustration built up or anything that kind of shows itself? They just remain uber confident, but they're a team that's not playing the same way, like you said earlier, that we've seen them throughout the entirety of the season.
Well, Georgia has been down before, and they have come back in the super regionals. They've had some battles, and I think they have that confidence within them to stay the course. They're pretty confident, and they're very confident and loose group. And I think when they play loose like that, that's when it really shines. I mean, Lauren we were doing stand-ups the other day. In between games, not yesterday, the day prior, and two of the Georgia players started dancing behind Lauren, unbeknownst to Lauren. And you can find it on Lauren's Twitter. And it was very funny. And this is like an hour before the game. So this tells you where these Georgia guys, and that's the beauty of college baseball. Even when you see shots of like the Georgia bullpen with they were like arms up on the fence in the bullpen, and you couldn't figure out like what the hell are they doing. And the best guess was that they were imitating trees, like they have trees back at home in Georgia, and that they wanted to feed the trees. That's kind of their thing, with their offense. I mean, that's what college baseball is supposed to be. It is a game, and yes, there's high pressure, high leverage situations during each contest. But man, this is why the College World Series is so great. You got the goofy sour power. You got the home run helmet with West Virginia. You got all these dumb, goofy, stupid, wonderful things that makes college baseball what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Andy, I have to say I do appreciate all the superstitions about baseball, and it seems like they are cranked up to their highest level in college baseball, which is really terrific. I will say the one thing, we talked about this earlier, I don't feel like I've heard Country Roads enough.
Yep.
I need
maybe you've heard it more in the stadium because they've played. I've heard it inside of the park, but the fans are, I think, tired of having to sing it.
I was expecting it in the Village, in Baseball Village. I thought it would just be basically on I wanted to see if I could actually get sick of John Denver, and we haven't got there yet, and I'm kind of upset about it.
Well, I don't know I'm sure you guys tuned in for our Fan Fest broadcast on Friday, but Bill Ranby actually did his own rendition with the fans.
Yes.
And it was quite a rendition with Bill singing Country Roads. I will tell you, I hadn't seen it after their first win against Troy. I was running around doing something, but seeing it live yesterday, it was really cool. I mean, that is another thing. It's like the fans do it, the team does it. That we were talking to the players, they said that it's kind of an initiation for new Mountaineers, that they have to learn the song immediately when they join the team, and that they're kind of tested. They have to sing in front of the team in groups of like 3 and 4, and that's a cool thing. It's kind of like initiation for Mountaineer baseball. And we were talking to one of the West Virginia officials before the game had ended yesterday, and he was saying that normally they just do the first verse and then just call it good. But this is every sporting event. After every victory, they do the Country Roads thing. But normally they don't do it. They don't do the extended remix or whatever they do in the College World Series. But I don't think anybody's complaining, because it is one of the cooler things to see a group of young men line up on the baseline and sing to their fans, and the fans sing right back to them. It's pretty. That's what makes college baseball unique. Things like that.
Andy, do you think does Ramby ever get tired of having people yell at him to roll the sleeves up? Because that's all I heard. I walked by your guys' booth on Friday, and he was like talking. He was being really, really nice and polite to people, and people just go, "Roll the sleeves, Rand."
Yeah, or you got people that say keep those sleeves, and they'll grab keep those sleeves down, because they know it's bad news when the sleeves rolled up. So yeah, Bill gets that quite a bit. It's I personally have been lobbying for Bill to get out in the public more and do more live shows, and he'll chuckle at that. But I tell you what, there's nothing that will make people gravitate towards a broadcast booth more than Bill Ramby. That guy is a light of energy. He's like the Pied Piper.
I gotta say, people that are asking him to roll his sleeves up just don't know ball.
No,
you gotta if you're asking him to roll his sleeves up, it's like you're playing fire here, bud.
I don't know if you guys have seen the new,
because I don't know if the weather controls the sleeves or if the sleeves control the weather, and I don't want to find out.
But there's the new Twitter account that's like Bill Ranby's sleeves or something, or his arms or whatever, and it's him in like a edited photo of him just jacked, and he's in a like tank top,
like a
shirt.
cutoff.
Yeah.
There's different versions of it, and we've had some fun with it and watching. And Julie gets a real big kick out of it, especially with the one where the gun show, and he's wearing the white tank and the heart with Julie on it, and the Cupid arrow through it. It's pretty unique. This is the good part of AI and generated pictures. That's the good part of Twitter right there.
If I ever saw Bill Ranby in a cutoff, I just assume we'd be in like a day after tomorrow situation.
Right.
The world is over. A hurricane has hit Nebraska. Like, this thing's a wrap. It's apocalypto time now. Like, this is all we got left.
Yeah. Derecho meets tornado meets cyclone.
Meets El Nino.
Yeah.
So, Andy, I will say, going back to the West Virginia thing, I was talking to somebody in the office about this the other day. I'm an advocate for more singing in sports. I don't feel like we have enough communal singing in American sports. We're seeing it right now with the World Cup and all the different teams. They have their songs. And I got to know if you've seen the videos of the Scottish fans that have basically just taken over Boston. It's the only good thing that's happened at Fenway all year is the Scottish fans going in and they're singing like the Proclaimers, and also like it is the one thing that we don't do well enough as American sports fans. I need more singing.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, are we too cool in America to sing in unison? I think it's amazing. And how about, was it the Norwegians that were rowing up the escalator yesterday? Yeah. Oh my goodness. I mean, the World Cup passion, I'm not a soccer guy. I'm not, I just not. I'll watch the World Cup. But my goodness, don't ask me for analysis. But just that's the cool part of having this event in America. You get to see all this different stuff. And you know what else is cool, fellas, is to watch their reactions to different things like Texas Roadhouse and Buc-ee's and all this different, the foreigners' reactions, like, oh my gosh, and the stadiums. How about, did you see the tweet yesterday about somebody at MetLife Stadium saying, oh my God, this is a palace, blah, blah, blah. And everybody in the New York Metro was like, this is the worst stadium. You just wait until you see some of these other ones. This is a dump.
wait, go see Vegas or something.
Yeah.
It is funny because when you bring up the stadiums, because like half of especially if you're from like England, they have some like really, really nice stadiums. But like half the stadiums over there were like built in a neighborhood in like the 40s, and it's just like, well, we're just out here. I don't know. There's a place we play soccer. It's so that part of it's super funny. I love the reactions of like people going. There's one I saw from somebody going to Golden Corral, and they're like, "This has like changed my life." And you're like, "How?" Some American quote tweet, and they're like, "How bad is the food over there that like Golden Corral is life changing?" Like most of us over here, like that's a desperation situation. Yep. Like we won't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, no question. It's just amazing. And you're right about the stadiums. When the Huskers played in Ireland a few years ago, I was shocked that that Ireland stadium, Aviva Stadium, was in the middle of a neighborhood. It would just be like having a big time stadium in the middle of Dundee, right? And it's like it backed up against houses and neighborhoods. It was very strange. But I couldn't agree with you more. When Golden Corral gets up there on the delicacies of American cuisine, then I don't know what that's saying.
Probably more salt than they've ever had in their life.
That's a good point.
Certainly more season. To be fair, we did have Rosenblatt basically just plopped in the middle of a neighborhood.
That's a good point. Very good point. But it has zoo next to it to buffer it.
It's true. Have you ever been to Butler?
Butler University in Indianapolis? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So theirs is sort of just like that entire campus is just like suburban Indianapolis, and then you like turn right and you're like, oh, there's the stadium. Like there's that's a super weird one too.
Yeah, and I've been in Hinkle with the whole tape measure thing and the Hoosiers thing. That is a campus that seems a little bit out of place, but in place at the same time.
Yeah, it just sneaks up on you. You're like, oh my God. Like I took an Uber there and I was like, where is this guy taking me? Like, I was like, is he taking me to his house? What's going on here? And then turned the corner, I was there.
Have you been to Northwestern? Northwestern's a little bit like that too. Northwestern, you get to well, now they've renovated their stadium, but their old stadium was right in the middle of a neighborhood. That's the whole
campus though, right?
Yeah,
like,
true.
Northwestern is just like kind of on a north side of Chicago, like suburb, Evanston, I guess.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of a cool little neighborhood, but yeah, you're just like, where's Like, this is a campus? Like, it's super weird.
Yeah. And all the houses around there are beautiful, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's just gorgeous places. Like, I couldn't even afford the basement or the guest house.
It's weird because it's both like, hey, why is this campus in the middle of a neighborhood? And it's also like, why is this small college town directly inside of Chicago? Like, it's very
Right. It's very strange. Which, the L stop is 2 blocks away. So just jump on. I think it's the brown line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Purple line. Purple line, I think it is.
Oh, the purple line.
I don't take the train a lot in Chicago. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mostly Uber.
What, are you scared?
I don't love trains.
You don't love the trains, really? I didn't know that about you, Ravi.
You seen too many Spider-Man movies or something, or what?
No, it's not my vibe. Don't enjoy it. Not a big city bus guy either.
So you just hate public transportation is what you're trying to say.
I also don't like planes, so yeah, maybe.
Okay. I think we're getting to the crux of the problem here.
This might be a people problem more than
that's a good point. Okay.
I think it's a bougie problem. I think it's a you.
Whoa.
That's what it is.
I don't know about that. Andy, we appreciate the time as always. I hope that you clear your 40 Diet Cokes because I care about your hydration. So I'm happy for you.
Finish it.
I guarantee. Yeah, I guarantee it. I actually was going to start count. I was going to count, and I lost track on day 2, and I said, forget it.
We're going to say 39 right now, so just
okay.
One open right as soon as you get there.
Gotcha. Sounds good, fellas.
All right, Andy. Have a good rest of your week.
Thanks, Andy.
You too.
That's Andy Kendi from KETV. We will be right back. We're going to talk a little hockey. We didn't get a chance to wrap up the Stanley Cup yet, but we've got Pete Blackburn from the What Chaos podcast joining us next. That's awesome. I'm Ravi. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
It's time to slide into savings at Edwards Nissan. Lease the 2026 Nissan Rogue Platinum starting at $379 a month, a platinum lease worth driving home. This June, the savings are as big as the season. We've also got the 2026 Nissan Pathfinder SV starting at $399 a month while supplies last. Don't miss your pitch. Slide into savings at Edwards Nissan.
Because I know all of Trojan Nation is experiencing something that I knew as a player 19 years ago, but I'm not going to sit there and talk about it because it's meaningless. But every person who came here now knows, A, what this place is. Like, it's the most unique place in the world. It's the best college sporting event, bar none. No offense to the others. Rose Bowl's awesome. It ain't this, okay? But now everyone knows why you work so hard, why you talk about it, why you recruit so much, why you never take breaks. They know. Now when they hear us speak on it, they go, whoa, I get it. That's why it's so serious. Because what we've gotten to do the last couple weeks with hosting a super and then finishing our journey out here and absolutely showcasing that we are one of the best teams in the country, there was no luck involved. Okay, no luck involved. We won our last 4 games against the SEC. Okay, I don't think they're going to hand me an SEC title in there, but that's pretty good. Okay, and only one of those games was at home. All right, that's what our guys need to remember, is that they were incredible, they were awesome, and they will be legends at Troy for the rest of eternity, long when all of us are gone from this earth.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's awesome. I'm Ravi here at Hurrdat Sports HQ, and reminding you, as always, give our friends over at Next Gen Male Medical a call, 402-614-9700. I know I've talked about this before, but even though it's got male in the title, it is for men and women both. My wife went over there and had one of the best experiences she's had talking to a clinician. They actually listened to what was going on with her, how she was feeling, and tried to find the best solution for what was going on and give her the energy that she needed. Obviously, she's got a super high physicality job as a chef, and you know, you need your energy to be able to do that well. And they listened to kind of her symptoms and stuff instead of just being like, it's probably this. And, you know, they talked to her for well over a half hour. It was an awesome experience for her. So whether you're a man, a woman, anybody else, they've got you covered and can help you get to feeling your best. It's Next Gen Male Medical, 402-614-9700. We'll be joined by Pete Blackburn here in just a minute.
Did they want her to have any Shirley Temples?
No Shirley Temples here. You know, I think you guys are underestimating the amount of Shirley Temples that Joel.
I'm just going to Google her. How many Shirley Temples was he having?
Because like it was a point of contention between him and the 76ers. Like they were like, if you're drinking so many Shirley Temples that your employer's like, hey, we might have a problem here. Like it's a problem. Like we've got an issue.
Rico, we might be in the wrong.
See? What are we? Read what you Googled.
How many Shirley Temples was he drinking?
This was 10 years ago.
Yes, it was. Yes, it's been a while.
Joel Embiid says he consumes 3 to 4 pitchers of Shirley Temples every day.
Holy okay. Yeah. No.
You're right.
Yeah.
I hate it when he's right.
Damn. That's so many Shirley Temples.
He's not like going to a restaurant and having like a Shirley Temple. Like this man was running on Shirley Temple.
I thought it was like 4 Shirley Temples a day or something. Like he was just like getting a Shirley Temple at like every restaurant he went to. Pitchers?
Nah, man. Yeah. When you start measuring things in pitchers, you got problems.
That's bad.
That's too much Shirley Temple.
Pete's here.
Let's get to our guest here, Pete Blackburn from the What Chaos podcast. Pete, how are we doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, Pete, the Texas shirt today, huh?
Yeah, I'm a Longhorns guy. Sorry, guys.
Well, this is a rough night for you last night. Did you watch?
I did not. No, I was watching a little World Cup last night.
Okay.
Also a very good alternative there. Pete, we appreciate you joining us here to kind of put a bow on the NHL season and the Stanley Cup. I want to start with, obviously, Carolina wins this thing, but it was a super interesting series for most of it in terms of big leads, blown leads, teams kind of rallying and coming back. Like, was there a point where you thought, hey, Carolina has the edge here, I think they're going to pull this thing out? Or like, where was your sense of who you thought was going to prevail kind of midway through the series?
Yeah, I think that once Carolina kind of found that switch in Brandon Bussey and the goaltending started trending in 2 different directions, I was like, okay, because things were so close and so back and forth. It was such a series of runs. But once Carolina's goaltending started to trend in the right direction and Carter Hart continued to trend in the wrong direction, and then Vegas lost William Karlsson, who was such a big part of their team and made such a difference when he re-entered their lineup late in the season, it just felt like everything was pushing in Carolina's direction. But at the same time, given what we saw through the first 4 games or so, you couldn't really predict what was coming next. So even though all the trends were pointing in the Canes direction, I was not rooting or ruling out Vegas, but it just came a point where it was like, okay, Vegas is going to need to reverse the trends and do something that no team had done to the Carolina Hurricanes since January, which was force them to lose back-to-back games. And it just felt like that was a really tall task and tough hill to climb.
I want to talk about Vegas here for a second, because I think one of the, and correct me if you feel differently, I think one of the more surprising results was in that Western Conference Finals when they swept Colorado kind of in the fashion that they did. Going into that, did you think we were going to see that level of dominance from Vegas in the Stanley Cup Finals as well? Or like, was their performance surprising to you at all in terms of how they played in the Stanley Cup Finals?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you, heading into the Western Conference Final, I thought Vegas was going to get waxed by Colorado. And,
I think a lot of people did, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it was extremely disappointing that Colorado didn't put up much of a fight against them. And I know that Nathan McKinnon ended up being hurt. Cale Makar was hurt for the entire series. But it was they kind of laid a dud in that Western Conference Final. After the conference final, going up against Carolina, I still think that Carolina had the better team, but they play a very similar style. And I was expecting a pretty low event, grinded out series. And that really wasn't what we got. Like, there were a lot of goals scored in the Cup final. And I was expecting a very low event, low scoring series. And so the end result was very entertaining. And I do think that Vegas put up a decent fight, and it was a close series, and that's kind of what I expected. It just didn't look like what I expected it to look like.
Pete, you mentioned that Carolina hadn't lost those back-to-back games all the way through January until obviously the season wraps up now. But what were those, just the margins that Carolina was playing on in between those? Like, did you ever see anything from them that gave you this indication that they were making these heavy changes after a loss that led them to kind of get back into the winning ways? Or what was the difference for them in just preparing following a loss that led them to get obviously into a Stanley Cup final?
No, genuinely, I think is the opposite of any big changes. I think that they truly buy in and are so consistent to their system, which has been their system for years. Like, Rod Brindamore has this system. He likes for his teams to play the same way all the time. They bring in players specific to the system that they feel will fit in and adapt. And we've seen guys come in there and don't really buy in or don't really fit, and they're immediately shipped out. And so I think that the consistent buy-in to that system and the consistent mindset that they've kept for the entire season has allowed them to just not overreact to losses or be very reactionary and really lose their way. And we saw that, the depth kind of be solidified on that team and line identities be solidified throughout the course of the season. And I do think that belief and that just, well, we're going to show up and do the same thing every day and not have to worry too much about it has led to results that are very consistent. Like, on our show, we didn't really talk about the Carolina Hurricanes all that much during this regular season because they were quote unquote boring in that, like, there wasn't a lot going on with them that was worthy of identifying over the 31 other teams. Like, they don't have juicy storylines. They don't have these big ebbs and flows. It's a very consistent tread. And that's a mark of success, I would say, and a mark of stability that you kind of want from a team that you hope is going to win a Stanley Cup.
So you talk about the stability on one side of things, and then on the other side of things is with the Knights, some pretty big instability with their coaching situation with Tortorella. That whole situation of him getting hired was, I think, a surprise to most people when he did, and then he won't be returning next year. What's next for them in terms of searching maybe for some of that stability that Carolina had?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Vegas really wants stability at the end of the day. Like, I think that they like...
That's a very Vegas thing to feel, I guess.
Yeah, I think that they like the, not necessarily the instability, but the threat of constant changes. Like, if you are not pulling your weight and you are not providing the best returns that you possibly can be, they operate with such a ruthlessness that they don't get super attached to guys, whether it's players, whether it's staff members, whether it's executives. I think that they just operate, we are going to win, and we're going to give ourselves the best chance to win on a day-to-day basis. And if you're not filling that role, then you're out of here, and we'll find somebody who we think that can help us win even more. And regardless of where it is in the season, like 8 games remaining in the season, they'll fire their head coach if they think that the next guy can kind of unlock something. And with the John Tortorella thing, I'm curious to see and hear how much of that decision is John Tortorella's decision and how much of it is Vegas's. Because I wouldn't be surprised if Tortorella was like, I like my life on the farm. I like the quietness. I've had my days as an NHL head coach. I can take over this team for 2 months and see what I can get out of them. But at the end of that road, I'm going back to the farm and I'm having a quiet life, and I'm going to do broadcasts. It's an easier life. I wonder if that's where he was, or I do wonder if it was Vegas being like, thanks, John, not good enough. We're going to go with somebody else.
Yeah, that is an issue because he's in his late 60s, right? So like it very easily could be either one of those situations. Speaking of kind of what's next for teams, as you kind of digest how these playoffs went, and obviously Carolina comes out on top, Vegas will be looking for a new head coach once again. How do you feel about the way some of these contenders are positioned for the next, I don't even want to say just next year, but the next 2 to 3 years? Whose positioning do you like the most over the next couple years?
In terms of the 2 teams in the Cup final, or just
everybody in the playoffs?
Well, I mean, it's very hard not to put Carolina first. And it's not just the fact that they won the Stanley Cup. It's that they have a ton of cap space. Like they have over $10 million in cap space. All of their players are making pretty much under market value. They do a really good job at evaluating cost for what they're going to get to players in their system. So they have all of their draft picks basically, and they've got a ton of money to play with. So that, plus the fact that they have a Stanley Cup roster that is not super old, and like it's very hard not to feel good about where Carolina is at. I really like Colorado. Like I know that they flamed out this year, but again, the injuries to McKinnon and Makar, I think were death knells for them. They still got a great roster with a lot of depth, and they were the wire to wire the best team in the NHL this year. So hard not to feel good about them. And I still believe in Dallas. Like I still believe in the Dallas Stars, and I've believed in them for years at this point, and they've kind of burned me over and over again. But they've run into some good teams, and they do have, I think, some room to grow. But I still believe in the core of that team and what they're building there.
Pete, just in terms of like leadership and with Carolina especially, their owner Thomas Dundon, also the owner of the Portland Trail Blazers in the NBA. On the NBA side, he's known to be really, really frugal and kind of hold his dollars right next to his chest. Does that parlay into the NHL at all, and how the Hurricanes may try to continue this run of success?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little different because the NHL is a hard cap league. So like it's you know, everybody can only spend up to a certain amount, but there have been allegations of Tom Dundon being frugal in the NHL realm as well. And whether that's attached to like the facilities that they have in Carolina, whether it's the unwillingness to pay, you know, a superstar. Like I don't necessarily buy into the unwillingness to pay a superstar, because they traded for Mikko Rantanen last year and they wanted to sign Mikko Rantanen, and it just didn't work out from the Mikko Rantanen end. And they tried to trade for Mitch Marner last year when Mikko Rantanen didn't work out. So like they want a superstar. And I think operating in a hard cap league does mitigate sort of whatever lack of spending an owner might want. But yeah, those allegations have tied themselves to Tom Dundon to certain degrees in the NHL as well.
So as you're looking at the playoffs as a whole, we talked about the Vegas over Colorado situation. Was that the most shocking result to you, or was there something else that kind of raised your attention of like, man, I just did not see that coming?
I think it had to be Vegas. It absolutely had to be Vegas. That was number one. I truly believe that was one of the most shocking upsets in the way that it played out. I would say there's a big 3 for the NHL in recent memory. It's the Bruins losing in the first round to the Florida Panthers after having the best regular season of all time. It's the Tampa Bay Lightning being swept by the Columbus Blue Jackets in the first round in, I believe, 2018. That was shocking. And then this one would round it out, Vegas sweeping Colorado. And I know it was in the conference final, and the other two were the first rounds. But again, Colorado was wire to wire the best team in the NHL. And Vegas is a team that fired their coach with 8 games remaining in the season, and we didn't know if they were going to make the playoffs. Like, that is insane. So, yeah, it is absolutely in the top 3, Mount Rushmore, whatever you want to call it, in the most shocking results in the playoffs that we've seen recently.
That is Pete Blackburn from the What Chaos Show. Pete, I know you got to get going here. We appreciate you spending a few minutes with us and helping us put a bow on the NHL season. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Pete. That is Pete Blackburn from the What Chaos podcast. Make sure you check that out wherever you get your podcast or on YouTube as well if you need some more NHL talk. Let's take a quick break here. That's Austin. I'm Ravi. We'll be right back with more Hurrdat Sports Live and a little special treat. We'll have DB coming on later as well to make our U.S. Open picks.
It's time to slide into savings at Edwards Chevrolet. Lease the 2026 Chevy Trax LT for just $349 a month. $0 down with your first payment due at signing. 2 great Chevys, 1 big June event. Slide into a 2026 Chevy Equinox LT for just $399 a month. $0 down with your first payment due at signing. Get to Edwards Chevrolet today. Together, let's drive.
I'm content creator in Argentina. My content is very random. I'm go to the FIFA World Cup, the Argentina, United States, only walking. I'm walking Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Perú, Ecuador, Colombia, Panamá, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico, and United States. 4 months to travel. And now in United States, I have only 1 ticket, the Argentina, in Dallas, Argentina, Austria. I don't have ticket in Kansas.
He left his house only $400.
Yes, only I have only $200 in United States. Yes.
listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's Austin. I'm Ravi here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We're going to be joined by one DB in just a minute here as we have to get through our very, very important U.S. Open picks. So we can continue our trend of, I won last time, I believe.
You'd think they'd want to stop playing the game.
Because
you keep winning.
Because DB won the Masters. I won the PGA Championship. So now I'm trying to be the first one to go back-to-back here. You know?
But
back-to-back.
You know what I won?
What's that?
The game of life. So there you go.
Did you?
Yeah.
Sure.
No, let's dive into that. Let's break that down, Shane.
What do you
mean by that?
I don't even want to play.
You don't want to play the game of life?
No,
Shane.
The picks.
Oh, you don't. Then you're the one who wanted to get him on.
I know.
You said on Monday, I was here. You were like, should we get DB on to do U.S. Open picks?
I think he's here.
But then you said you didn't want to do picks.
I love doing picks.
Shane, I think you just talk sometimes and you have no idea what's going to come out next.
I don't even recognize what we're doing.
I think that's what happens. Do we have DB?
Yeah. We tried to add him.
Maybe.
DB, are you there?
DB, can you hear us?
Hello?
You might need another minute.
Okay, all right. See what we can do.
Nope, there he goes. You just let us know. You let us know when he's ready, Shane. Okay. We'll get this.
I said, I win at the game of life.
Sure.
Again, let's dive into that.
What does that even mean?
I want to know what you mean. What do you mean by that?
Because you were saying you won the Masters, and then you won the PGA.
No, DB won the Masters.
And then you won last year's whole tournament, and then you were like the best.
The what tournament?
All of them. I think Damon's here.
The what tournament, Shane?
Damon's back.
What kind of tournament was it? DB, you there? You with us?
Nope. Damon's still not here. That's okay.
What kind of tournament was that, Shane?
All of them.
I heard some things. I don't even know. I don't know what kind of tournament that is.
Not a tournament I've ever been to.
You didn't host those tournaments at the trailer park?
No. Unless we were gardening.
Love gardening. Big gardening guy.
Huge gardening guy.
Big gardening guy.
Huge. Should we do this as a minute long cycle where we just go, DB, you there? DB, can you hear us? All right.
Oh, it's in the stream audio.
DB,
you have us?
Nope. Okay, he left. Yep. See you later.
Nope.
Bye, Damon.
Yes, Funky. That is what it sounded like.
Hey, let me just make sure we have audio there.
Yep, sure do.
That was the only way to check that.
I just wanted to make sure the computer didn't crash. You know I win at the game of life, so.
Oh my God.
You know, you can win at the game of life too if you go to Hurrdat Sports Bar.
There we go.
For Wing
Thank
Wednesday. Midweek just got a whole lot better. It's Wing Wednesday at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. 12 traditional or boneless wings for just $12. Pick your sauce, grab a drink, and settle in for the game. Whether you're riding a hot streak or just need a break from the week, Wednesdays are built for wings at Hurrdat Sports Bar.
We got any hoe tournaments to promote?
No, I don't think they televise those.
Who's talking about hoe tournaments?
You said it.
You did. You didn't.
You know,
really...
honestly, Shane, I'll give you this. If you've been at a hoe tournament, you are winning at the game of life.
You did win.
You are winning.
You did win at the game of life.
I'm not talking about it.
Shane doesn't kiss and tell.
Apparently. I don't even know what that would look like.
Is it a golf tournament? I remember when the Lingerie Football League came on Spike TV. I was just a kid, you know. My mom would be like, "This channel's blocked," and then I couldn't watch Pros versus Joes.
I loved Pros versus Joes. I was a big Pros versus Joes guy.
Pros versus Joes rocks.
Pros versus Joes
now.
And sports science were like my favorite things. Yeah. I've pitched this idea to Sasha many times because we have a lot of relationships with different athletic.
Tournaments?
No, not tournaments. With different, professional and college, high school teams and whatever. I think that our staff should compete against some of those people in their off seasons just to show how good they are and how bad we are.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if Damon's here. Damon, are you there?
Oh, I hear something.
I am here.
There we go. What's up, DB?
So I'm now a victim of what drives us crazy when people are in their car and people call them.
That's all right.
You're going full Sam on us here.
Yeah. So do I sound like Sam? Because I may have to give him a little more grace. The whole sermon on Sunday was about grace. So, like, if you'd have seen my last 2 days where I'm out, like, walking in the middle of the night, you're like, this guy doesn't learn a thing in church.
No, I'd say you sound pretty good, but as soon as you hit that left turn signal, I guess we'll find out.
It's true. It's the signals that we got to be careful with here.
And you know I'm in Kobe's favorite all-safety vehicle, my Subaru, so it may say some weird things like keep your eyes on the road or don't turn like a ding-dong or, like it literally talks to you. So I told Micah he should be driving, but then he was like, want me to? And I was like, well, by the time I pull over, we'll already be at Buell, so no.
DB, have you missed us? I know you have.
I have. Have you guys? Are you as funny without me? Because you don't have anybody to make fun of.
That's a big part of the show. Yeah, you're right. The chat has definitely missed you the most.
Great. I see you haven't changed a bit.
No problem. No problem. Happy to be here, DB.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thanks.
Jam wanted you to know that they've got binoculars on sale at Costco.
Hey, so I have those fancy ones that are like 226 pounds that Les gave me. So every time I travel with those and I put them in my backpack, I feel like it's your tennis bag. And I'm walking around with 80 pounds of binoculars.
I'll be honest, the tennis bag's a little heavy. You gotta stay prepared. You gotta get ready. You gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready, DB.
I know, I like that. And here's the beautiful thing. I still have to have Benny Max set the binoculars close enough where I can do the rest, even though it's his eyesight versus mine.
I know that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, go ahead.
All I tell him is get me close, and I'll do the rest. Yeah, that's your boy. That's your boy.
I'm gonna leave that one to the chat.
Oh, what'd I say this time?
You said it. Listen, I've got nothing to say. I'm just happy for this job. Bill, thanks for keeping me on. I'm on camera now, so I can be caught. I got to be careful.
Hey, how's that weirdo Rico been? Is he just like been losing his mind?
No, he's actually on his way right now to go send off your Tar Heels for today. So if that's a good luck sign, since he's the only champion here.
Oh gosh, they're contaminated. I forgot of all the obnoxious Knick fans, the worst is my sister. So, like, she was sending me orange and blue balloons about halfway through the fourth quarter. And the sad thing is, here's the sad thing. Do you know our other favorite team in football? Yep, you guessed it. It's the Cowboys. That's what we're dealing with. We're talking about obnoxious fandom, and I got a Knicks fan and a Cowboys fan, and she's only 2 years older than me, so we're like a couple of fighting kids.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a pretty bad combo. I will say, I know you haven't had a chance to get out much to the CWS with camp this week, but I'll be honest, there are some fan bases I didn't love this week either.
So who was hard on you?
I don't know. Like, Ole Miss just sucked.
Really?
They were no fun at all.
Those people were so pretentious and like holier than thou about their like just existence. I was like, what are you doing here, man?
So that's where you got to use your quick wit. Instead of hotty toddy, you should have been like hoity toity.
I did. I was saying that the whole time. On the field, I started to just get mad at them, so I was just making fun of them, and they were too slow to be able to understand what I was trying to say. I spoke.
Can you believe that was the same team that was like a thorn in Nebraska's side? You talk about laying down, like they rolled over.
Yeah. All right, DB. I would love to continue chatting. I know you're on a schedule here, though, so I want to get to our. Well, you have to ask Micah. Is it okay?
Yeah. I'll drop him off. He'll get warmed up, and I'll stay with you guys.
Okay, good. Micah, thank you so much for your graciousness. We appreciate it.
Go ahead.
Hey, no problem.
Listen, Mike is my guy. You know that. Like Mike.
It took everything he had to say something kind.
I love that.
I identify with that on a personal level. Sometimes I really got to dig deep.
Yeah, he's the same way.
Especially with certain people that may or may not work on the show. I won't name any names.
Wow, that's where we're at. I'm telling you, you guys will appreciate me more and more.
It's never you. I always say nice things about you, just not in front of anybody else.
Or on the show, or to me. Really, it's always in your mind, which is the best place for it, I guess.
That's true. I say it to you sometimes, just as long as no one else can hear.
Yeah, perfect. It's great. Appreciate that.
DB, so we were just talking to Pete Blackburn a little bit on the NHL.
Yeah.
And wrapping up that series. And I asked him who he thought was best positioned moving forward in the next couple years as a Stanley Cup contender. And he likes Carolina. He liked Colorado quite a bit as well. And he says he hasn't given up belief on Dallas yet. Where are you on a couple of those teams?
So I like the Dallas pick. That's kind of off the grid, but I'll give you a sneaky one that I like that may be able to make a move. I kind of like Minnesota.
Okay.
I like Minnesota. I like Anaheim. A team that I hope this sounds terrible just because I'm a Theo Fleury guy and they didn't treat him very well. You know who I hope's on the opposite end of that? I hope I've seen the last of the good days of Vegas. You know what? I'm not a huge Tortorella guy, but that just shows you, like, he got you to the promised land. The guy left his clothes and, because he promised he'd be back, and then you fire him anyway. It's like, I get it. Torts isn't for everybody, but when it was 2-0 or whatever it was early, you were feeling pretty good about yourself. Like, Vegas gives zero cares. I hope they're on the opposite end of a team that's on the rise. That franchise is so cutthroat, and maybe that's why they're good. But it's just hard for me to cheer for that organization. But I kind of like Minnesota if you're looking for a team that I think is coming off the grid.
Yeah, we were talking about kind of the instability that Vegas sort of seemingly thrives on a little bit
all the time.
And I just, you bring up, like, Carolina's the opposite, right? They're a picture of stability and kind of staying the course. I just, when you're operating on an edge like that all the time, like, I just don't think you're going to get the best out of people long term. Like that.
But it's crazy too, because 3 out of 9 years they're playing for arguably the hardest trophy to obtain. So maybe that's just part of their DNA, that gambling mentality of always living on the edge, like the Sin City. But I like, so the thing that I like about Carolina is they've kind of done it sequentially, right? They couldn't get the monkey off their back and get out of the first round, and they struggled there. And then it was the conference finals, and is this going to be the year? And then they finally broke through. It's like sequentially how they did it is normally how it has to happen, at least in my opinion, right? The Knicks went through it, where it was kind of the first round, and then it was, all right, we got to get through the Eastern Conference Finals, and then finally they break through the Eastern Conference Finals, and then it's a championship. It's like, I think for organizations, typically for long-term sustainability, that's how you have to happen. Vegas is operating like an anomaly.
All right, I'm going to switch gears here on you now, because there was a clip. I'm guessing you saw it because you find a way to see just about everything. The clip from Andre Ward's podcast where Errol Spencer is talking about the Bud Crawford fight. Did you see that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on, man. Listen.
I'm just making sure. I didn't want to put you in a bad spot.
So you know where I live, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably, I don't know, 1:30 maybe in the morning.
Okay.
I go down south of the Quick Shop on Harrison, then double back north to our Casey's and QT.
Okay.
And open my garage door at like 3:30 a.m. to go back inside. Do you know what I did for those 2 hours of walking?
What?
I listened to interviews and podcasts. Now, I just happened to be at 1:30 in the morning, but I'm consuming social media content. I believe him when he says he was getting zero tutelage, no training, nothing to look for. Because remember, I never liked this corner man to begin with.
No,
right? I was exceptionally hard on him. I said, you're not even giving him a chance. You have to at least be coaching him up in the corner. Nothing Errol Spence said shocked me. Even his demeanor. Because Spence is kind of like this reluctant champion. You know what I mean? It's like he's never really, I don't know, like openly embraced the fight game. It's almost like he did it just because he was good at it. You know what I mean?
So my question here is, even if everything he said is true, right? Like the thing that bothered me, is it seemed like he was trying to take away credit from the fact that Crawford would have beat anybody's ass that day. And no matter how good of a camp that he had, Spence was never winning that fight in any circumstance. He was never beat. Like I used Canelo as an example, right? Canelo is exceptionally well prepared all the time and a better fighter at a more advantageous situation than Spence was in, and he still got his ass beat by Crawford. Like Spence did not have a chance that day, no matter what was happening in his camp. So that bothered me. The other part that bothered me is you're in charge of your camp, right? Like I'm missing that. Like that is his responsibility to get his camp right.
Yep. But so, God, that is so good. I mean, this could totally take the segment, but I love boxing, obviously. I grew up loving it. You know what happens in boxing? For whatever the reason, I don't know if it's a socioeconomic thing. I don't know if it's a you've taken me under my wing early thing. I don't know if usually it's a dad, an uncle, a close family member training me thing. But the level of blind trust that fighters put in their camp and their trainer and basically say, just tell me what to do and where to be. It is incredible how that seems to be a boxing thing. Like, it's like almost all of a sudden these guys wake up after X amount of years and they have this epiphany, and it's like, wait a minute, I can think and do for myself. Okay, I think I will. Boxing is uncanny how often that the camps and their handlers over time get away from the actual boxers. I almost want to say it's a boxing thing, man. It's incredible.
I do see that it happens a lot in boxing, right? I do think there's a few other places. Usually it's financial more than the actual sport.
Yeah,
right?
do you see it in tennis?
Yeah, you do. Now those guys
say that.
Those guys will get rid of you faster than they will in boxing, but especially early in people's careers, if they had like a juniors coach that really got them. We just saw this with Carlos Alcaraz, actually, where he got rid of Juan Carlos Ferrer, who had basically taken him since he was like 12 years old or something, and had gotten him to the youngest number one ever, the youngest major, whatever, where he's tied with Agassi for major titles at 22 years old. And he fired him at the beginning of this year because he wasn't getting what he felt like he needed out of that. But so it does happen to a certain degree in tennis, but I just sit here and I go like, and I believe you when you say this about boxing, but I have such a hard time with somebody at Spence's point in his career to like not at any point be like, hey, should we be sparring? Like that's like the most basic thing on the planet. That'd be like if I'm a basketball coach and I was like, guys, we don't need to play with a basketball today. We're just going to go through the motions. It's going to be great.
How about how when he was asked the repeat question, like ever, and he's like, nah.
Like I get trusting somebody blindly, but at no point are you like, hey, bud, can I spar a little bit?
Yeah, it was wild. I was like, I didn't rewind it because he doubled down on asking the question to make sure he heard it right. It sounds weird, man, but I believe him.
The problem, I think he actually believes if he had a good camp, he would have beat Crawford, and that's just simply not the case.
So you know what? Was there at any point, just like kinesthetically or the movements, didn't you feel bad for Spence?
Yes, I thought he was going to like get seriously injured. Like he was so outclassed.
at no point when that bell rang did he look smooth or he looked like I don't know, man. They could have fought that place. They could have fought that fight 100 times on the moon, at Atlantis, in Atlantic City with Alanis Morissette. He wasn't winning. He wasn't winning.
Yeah, there's simply no version of Spence versus Crawford that ever go like he may not get like severely beat like that every time, but he's never coming out on top. Like that's just there was nothing in that fight that indicated like that. Like you'd feel bad for like me getting in the ring with somebody like that was like this guy looks like an amateur. Like, and I know that he's not obviously, but he looked like this is going to get dangerous for a guy that was supposed to beat Crawford.
Yeah, and here's the funny thing about him saying that. Terrence has done that to everybody. Like, exactly. I don't know how you think if you run that back, it somehow is going to be different. Like, every time, and Crawford's been the victim of this. He's definitely trending where he makes a fighter look such a certain way. Mm-hmm. We like, oh, they're washed, or we forget what he did to Sean Porter.
Oh God!
Like Porter hadn't tasted canvas like that, and then Porter doesn't fight again. You know what I mean? It's like I know he just makes guys look like that.
The funny thing about it, you talk about the way, and I think maybe it's the way he look like he's not a guy that you look at and you're like, oh, super physically impressive, right? In Crawford. Like he doesn't blow you away with his physique or anything like that. He's just incredible at this. Like it weirdly, and Rico's not here, so I can say something nice about the Knicks. It weirdly sort of reminds me of Brunson, where you're like, how is this happening? Like, and maybe Curry's a better example. Like for a long time, Curry wasn't getting the credit he deserved because like it looked a certain way, and you'd have all these guys be like, oh, well, all you got to do is pick him up 94 feet. He won't do that against me. And it's like, sorry, bud, he does that against literally everybody. Like it's sort of like, I don't know if it's just like a physical thing that when people see Crawford, they're like, oh, I don't know why this works. This must be a me problem, or this must be an other fighter problem, where it's like, no, this guy is just that good at this. He does this to everyone. It doesn't matter if it's Canelo 2 weight classes higher than he should be, and one of the greatest fighters of the generation, if not all time, or whether it's Errol Spence or Sean Porter or Victor Postol or whoever else. Like he does it to literally every person, every style, every weight class. And it's just like at some point, not everybody could have had a bad camp. You know what I mean? Like at some point, it's just like Steph Curry is that dude, Bud Crawford is that dude.
And remember, it's so long ago, but remember what he did to Gamboa.
Oh, yeah. That was the first one where people are like, oh, holy crap.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, no, he gets hit too much. I'm like, oh, no, Gamboa's pretty good. Yeah. Right? It's funny, man. I like how you're stretching me. It's almost like our regular everyday show. I never know what we're going to talk about for some reason.
Well, I stick really, really close to the rundown. So
I'm sure Austin appreciates that.
Yeah.
Fun.
I'm doing my best. We're doing our best out here. You gotta be you gotta stretch before you do a show with me. You gotta know you gotta be ready to move a little bit.
It's all right. I like being well rounded.
All right. So I know you got a meeting at 10, so we're gonna get our
we're actually, I can't believe you don't have the crew. So we have passing league here in 10 minutes. Oh, Coach Queen just got here. I'm gonna honk at my buddy. Hi, little angry pocket dude. He gets out of the Jeep mad. He's angry. Gosh.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be a long stretch. We had team camp this morning. Coach still wanted him to lift, of course. Now we're out here passing league. And then we got passing league. We got the tournament tomorrow and Friday. And then Mike has got Battle of the Boneyard with that team from Georgia on Saturday. It's like, I'm over playing catch. I'm ready to actually come back to work.
I'm hoping. So I'm hoping that the CWS works out today, that I'm able to go to 7-on-7 tomorrow.
All right. Yeah. So I think balls fly at 9. Maybe we don't go until 10, 11. Yeah, we're 11. We're 11.
So you, Millard North and Millard South all go right in a row. So I'd like to be there for that stretch if I can. to see all the parties I'm interested in. So I'm hoping, not that I want West Virginia to go home, but I'm hoping the winners win today so that I can be free to go to 7-on-7 tomorrow.
Yeah, after Carolina wins this thing, there'll be a good chance I'll be in Carolina gear on Monday.
I mean, you better be. You have all this cool gear of teams you like, and you never wear it. Like, embrace the blue, man. I know you wear the next gen blue sometimes now. Like, embrace the Carolina blue.
I'll do my best. All
right. So we're doing 4 regulars and a wild card.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right. Where do you want the cutoff? I'm thinking plus 6,000.
That'll work for me. I've got a couple in the bag.
All right, Shane, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it. Shane, you alive in there?
Yeah, why is everybody got pocket pants, by the way?
Pocket pants? What the?
You mean cargo pants?
No.
What are you talking about?
About the guy that got out of the Jeep that you're honking at him, said he was all.
Oh, Coach Queen?
Yeah.
Coach Queen's about your size, but twice as mean. He was a really good player. I don't worry about him protecting him. As a matter of fact, I would let him probably protect you, Shane. He'd be like the 2 smallest people in America side by side.
Let's put Rico in there too. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, but Rico has that irrational confidence. Like, he'd just be silly.
I got to say, I'm going to tell on Shane here a minute. He hasn't been wearing hats the last couple days, DB.
It is.
Okay.
And it's freaking me out.
Shane, did you finally you got your, what is this? You get 3 haircuts a year, right? Is this your 3rd one?
Yeah, it's my 2nd.
Yeah, it's summer. It's
DB,
a summer haircut.
You should have seen the shy little smile that Shane had right there. He's like, I did get a haircut.
I did get one.
I mean, no offense to the homeless, but every time he took that lid off, I was like, what are we doing?
Hey,
he looked like a vagrant.
Casey's.
Exactly. No, sans the shopping cart. All right, let's get rolling so I can win another tournament and go watch these guys.
I'm the one going for back-to-backs here. You won the Masters, but I'm on the PGA, so I've got the opportunity to go back-to-back here.
You're trying to stop. We haven't had a back-to-backer. We're trying to stop it.
I know. All right. Austin, who's going first, second, third?
Let's go Shane, DB, Ravi.
All right. Shane, number 1 overall pick. Who we got?
I'll take Scotty.
Of course you will.
DB, who do you want?
Give me the angry Spaniard. I'll take John Rahm.
Ooh. Interesting. All right. I'm going to stick with my odds here. I'm going with Rory. And then I get 2 here, right? Also give me, listen, I'm going to take this because you've got him the last couple times and I wanted him. Give me Ludwig Oberg.
Ooh, okay. All right. I can't believe I'm going back to the well. He's going to get me paid, though. Give me Fleetwood Mac.
I knew it was either Fleetwood or Morikawa.
Hey, Shane, did you see where Stevie Nicks was voted the greatest front woman of all time?
Well, it's about time, but I didn't see it. But that's awesome.
Yeah, that was also on my walk.
You're burning through podcasts, man.
Dude, I'm funny, man. Just ask me.
Shane, who we got?
Do I get 2?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, is this your first rodeo?
Hey, you got me all thinking about Stevie Nicks.
Whoa!
Whoa! Listen, you get a haircut and you hear Stevie Nicks and you're like all of a sudden big ball swinger, huh?
Damon, you got to ask what type of tournament he was at too. He won a tournament.
Hey, I got big pockets. Let's do this.
What was it? Darts?
No, he said he won a hoe tournament.
Oh, what?
Exactly.
What?
You guys heard
like different area codes, that type.
Shane, I thought you only use your laptop. My bad.
That's where the tournament was. It was
just when I'm searching for crypto, Damon.
Oh, funny guy. All right,
you want to make picks or not?
I'm gonna go Xander and Fitzpatrick.
Shoffley and Fitzpatrick. All right, DB, back to you.
Give me Cam Bam. I'll take Cam Young.
Good pick. That was next up on my board as well. All right. Listen, I know this is a guy that DB loves. I'm going Morikawa.
Damn it.
And I'm also gonna go.
Is this your sleeper?
No, so we're doing 4 and then a sleeper.
Okay.
I'm also gonna go. Give me Justin Rose.
I'll take Sam Burns.
Sam Burns. All right. One. So you're gonna get 2 here. One can be anybody. Shane. The second one has to be greater than plus 6,000.
Okay, so I'll take Henley.
Okay.
Russell or June?
Russell.
And then what's your long shot here?
Hideki.
Wait, who?
Sorry, what?
Did you meet him at the Ho tournament?
Yeah.
It's Hideki. Eki, not Icky.
That's what I said.
No, you said hi, Dickie.
God, will you guys,
I mean, kind of.
will you guys get the gum out of your ears?
Oh, that is a gem. Oh, well played.
Oh, I hate it when Shane's funny.
Oh, bless your heart on that one.
Matsuyama. We'll just say that since apparently Hideki is too challenging. DB, who's your long shot?
Man, listen, I struggled. I have 2. So one of them is in honor of my boy Yasiel. The other is my real favorite Indian. But considering Puig once led the majors and being picked off, I'm not going to go with David. I'm going to go with Tagala.
Wait, where is he? What is he at?
He's like 1,500, 15,000 plus 15,000.
Okay, Tagala?
Yes.
That's not who I thought you were going to pick at all.
Well, that's who I'm. No, you thought I was going to say Batia?
No, I thought you were going to go with the Indian that just won something, Aaron Rye. That's where I'm going for my last one.
No, that's too American sounding. Plus, I don't like anything brown in my drinks. I'm not doing rye. The bread sucks too, by the way.
Hey, bread's always good.
Shane
Not
loves
rye. Yeah, I know you love bread, Shane.
Shane
Big
loves bread.
Big old loaves. Yeah.
All right, so the teams real quick. You've got my guy Sahith Tagala. All right, that's your long shot. You've got Burns, Cam Young, Tommy Fleetwood, and John Rahm. Shane has Scheffler and Schauffele. He's got Fitzpatrick, Henley, and Matsuyama. I've got McElroy, Oberg, Morikawa, Rose, and Aaron Rye. Listen, 2 out of 3 teams have Indians. We're on the way up, baby.
Guess what? Long gone since Tigers. 0 brothers represented.
Ravi just kicked us off.
Can you hear us, Shane? I can hear you.
Yeah, we don't want to hear Shane anyway. As long as I can hear you two, the show goes on.
Okay, well, if you can hear us, that's all that matters.
Can you hear Austin still?
No.
Oh yeah, I can. I can hear Austin.
So this is a you problem, Shane.
Dude, that's his little Vienna sausages playing with buttons. You start talking about pocket pool and he lost his mind.
I'm not the one pulling cords out over by a desk.
Anywho, I'm glad some things never change.
This is how we do. So how's practice been going this week? How's camp going?
Practice is fantastic. I am pleasantly surprised with us up front. Like pretty deep, and it sounds like practice. You know, I always talk about quiet and loud practices. It sounds like practice.
Mm.
People start mowing their grass a little more, it'll smell like practice. But we gotta get a little closer to season where it smells like practice.
I'll say if you guys can figure it out up front, like you could be in some business.
Yeah, we got we got some. We're pretty deep. We got some options. We got some options.
You got a couple big boys. You won't be undersized like you have been for the last few years.
It's like Bizarro World. It's like, wait a minute. We're not converting a tackle. We actually have one. This is interesting.
Yeah, I'll it's kind of funny, like, because everybody talks about you guys as, like, oh, look at all these transfers and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And they don't realize, like, what your lines looked like the last few years when you guys were like, listen, they're really good high school football players, but you're not rolling guys out there that are like 6'4", 280 most of the time.
No.
This year you kind of are. But
hey, One of the little dirty secrets that with the aerial assault from Tamala and the rest of that receiving crew, they were sensational up front. Like O-line, D-line, like nobody ever talked about their O-line. Those guys were so flipping good. It was silly.
And that's going to be, I think, the big difference this year. And I think that's why it's going to be a lot closer than, people come in, they're like, oh, well, they got Trey Taylor replacing Jet. Like, this thing's a wrap. I think Trey's really, really good, obviously. But I do think it's way more interesting this year because their line play is not going to be the same. I do think they lost quite a bit. And that's, I think, going to be the great equalizer is if some other teams can – because that's, what was it, 2 years ago when you guys beat them? You beat them on the lines.
Yeah. And listen, their skill is always really good. It was a travesty that nobody talked about them defensively last year. They turn your lights off in a hurry.
Yeah, they were so good defensively. I mean, they gave up. You guys scored the most points on them. I think you got like half their season total.
We just try to hang in there, baby.
Pretty close. I mean, because what did you guys get, like 20, 21?
And we scored a couple early. It was like, oh. And they were like, oh. They were like, oh.
21 or 20. I don't remember what the score was, but like they gave up like 60 on the entire year. So like you guys literally got like half the points against that team.
Hey, I see what you're doing. I don't feel good about getting our doors blown off because we got a 9th place trophy. All right, knock it off.
Listen, I'm just trying to bring up the.
I like levity. I like levity.
Did you just crash your car? What was that?
You good, man?
No, that's me just losing my mind over last year quietly.
DB, if you want any participation trophies, I'll be there tomorrow if you want to see me.
Oh, that'll be great.
I didn't know you were doing Shane impressions again. That was a good one.
I'm worried about Shane, man. Make sure you check out. He's been awful quiet. Go get that guy some paper towels. What? What do you guys? What's so funny?
I've seen him try and eat those little crackers that he has back there before.
He's been shotgun trail mix all week. He's been on one.
Hey, the funniest thing, and the funniest thing though?
Yeah.
The hole in the corner of those bags is so small. He's like got to jam that thing down his throat. I was like, make a bigger opening.
Way to save yourself from not saying hole there. It's a really good save on your part. You're getting smart, DB.
I'm dealing with children's. All right.
A lot of jokes there I wanted to make, but DB, we appreciate you joining us. We hope you have a good rest of the week with practice and playing catch and all the other things you got going on. And we'll see you back here on Monday.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, see you, DB. That is DB out there making our U.S. Open picks. Now I got to get a little passing league in.
What fun.
I'm glad we got your mic back.
Yeah, that was fun. What'd you do? Why are you kicking the cord?
I'm
man?
not kicking anything.
Yeah,
I'm just saying I'm out here, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Your feet don't hit the ground. You're just dangling.
Yeah, I'm like Shane here in the tall chair, just like feet are dangling. There's no way I could have kicked it.
There's a movie theater in Kearney that I used to go to that has
I'm like a cast member from Tiptoes.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that was crazy when Rico yesterday just kept dropping the D word.
I was like, easy.
We're like, whoa. And he's just like, well, that's what they call them. Whoa. What do you mean they?
What do you mean those people?
Yeah.
Listen, there's certain groups that use the word to describe themselves that I can't use either. So, like, come on.
Oh, that reminds me. I've been working on like a 4-year-long prank for my friends that live in Kansas City. They live in this smaller town outside. It's called Spring Hill.
Okay.
So it's like south of Olathe. And I looked up Kansas like state laws. I looked up their county laws and stuff, and you can get like a little person crossing sign. And I've been trying to get it in their neighborhood, but I can't prove my residence. And so every time I get to the same point, and they're like, "Stop doing this! You don't live here." I'm trying to get it right outside their house. They don't have kids or anything.
That's incredible. You have to find a way. Like you need to find one of their neighbors. That's it. That's like a good sport.
Yeah. Just be like, hey, I really need your help.
Yeah. Just be like, I need your help.
They'll even paint the lines and stuff like a cross, like make it its own like crossing. And it's literally, it's like not near a school or anything. It's just in the middle of the neighborhood.
Random for little people.
And you'd be shocked at like the different signs. There's like
I know
it's
there's
like
blind children.
There's blind children. There's like a deaf.
There's deaf
It's
people.
a deaf people.
yeah.
Yep. And then there's the little person crossing. And yeah, there's a couple of good choices in there. So
I need to see if I can get like a type 1 diabetic crossing sign in front of my house. I don't even know why I would need that.
I don't know if it's like because I'm just by proxy, I notice it more, but I've seen more of the diabetic like stuff around the CWS this year than I did a year ago.
I think once
Maybe
you
I'm
like
more aware,
start to be aware of it, you notice it more.
Yeah.
There's also,
TJ, you're right. I do like the Spring Hill Golf Course.
I will say that there are some people, and this kind of makes I find it a little annoying. There's like some fitness influencers that will wear
because that's dumb.
Continuous glucose monitors just because they think it makes them fitter or something. And I'm like, you're an idiot.
We're in a weird
Knock it
time of people trying to do the optimization of things, and especially when they're like biohacking themselves.
They're like, I have to keep my blood sugar in a certain range. It's like, yeah, you have a pancreas for that. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's called your body.
Yeah,
we've been doing this for a long time.
Actually, pretty much nailed it. Yeah.
People are dumb. Or when a lot of people are just like, well, I had a glass of red wine on Monday, so I've just been off all week. Okay.
Yeah, it's like I think it's really funny, not to bring this all full circle to Joel Embiid and his Shirley Temples, but it's hilarious how like a 48-year-old pickleball enthusiast like takes their optimization more seriously than a guy making $60 million a year to play in the NBA. By the way, somebody Googled this. He says diabetes maxing.
That's funny.
Somebody Googled this. I don't know if it's right or not, but they said that 4 pitchers of Shirley Temples would have 2,000 grams of sugar in it, which is, if that's the only thing he consumed, that would be 8,000 calories a day. If
it has that many grams of sugar,
if that's
8,000
the
calories.
only thing he consumed, which I can't believe
and
it would
there's
be.
no protein.
There's no protein.
It's all carbohydrate.
There's no fat
no
for
fat.
like brain development or anything like that, or collagen or anything, or vitamins,
like
or
sickness and all that other
any
stuff.
sort of nutrients.
Yeah.
And so
maybe he's using natural grenadine.
I'm sure he's just the whole thing of cherries in there. I'm sure he was eating other things, but that by itself would be 8,000 calories a day. And in the off season, he's not burning that.
No.
Like he might not be burning that in season, but he's certainly not burning it in the off season because he's injured all the time.
That's crazy.
And this came out when he was
how dehydrated you would be too.
Just so much
Oh
sugar.
my God. I could never. I would have such a headache. Oh, that's a show. All right.
Apparently, he says Google says it equates to over 3 pounds of sugar a day.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, Heath. Not you, but I've seen some of these like Dunkin' Donut mobile order videos. Those people be putting in 3 pounds of sugar sometimes.
Oh my God, where there's just like pump.
If you show me your coffee and it looks like chocolate milk, it's not coffee. That ain't right.
So I can do that to gain weight.
You could have 2 to 3 pitchers of Shirley Temples a day. Ooh. We'll see what happens.
3 to 4, I thought. It was 3 to 4 pitchers a day.
God, it's worse.
So much.
I hate when you're right. I hate when you're right.
And listen, I was not just hating on the Shirley Temple thing. It was a problem.
I called you a hater right away, and then it turned out you were so true.
You're like, crap.
I'm gonna know that it's the end of times for you when you have a picture of Shirley Temple next to you.
Yeah, just like, we're calling it.
This is it. I'm good.
This is bullshit.
I had a good run.
I'm done.
After that Millard North loss.
Listen, state championship in baseball held it on another year.
Softball will be good too. You got a chance.
Softball will be good. You know, we'll see how it goes. Basketball might be all right again this year.
Basketball.
See how football is.
Yeah, what happened to the corral?
Oh, listen, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
We'll see if I make an appearance in the corral this year.
Okay.
Now that I'm all geared up from our guy Behringer. That's the show from today. That's Austin. I'm Ravi. We'll be back tomorrow, and we will. I don't know. We'll see if we can have another good show. We'll see what happens.
What we're doing.
I don't recognize what we're doing. And here's crossing our fingers that the right teams win today, so that we can go to 7-on-7.
Tar
Heels. Is Oklahoma? Oklahoma's got to win too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
All right. We'll be back tomorrow. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
I ain't soon, Boomer.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.